Good evening and welcome to Ray Skillman Stadium at Center Grove High School for tonight's sectional number 8 championship game between the number 1 team in Class 6A, the Center Grove Trojans, taking on the Jeffersonville Red Devils. Kevin Conrad along with Ted Kitchell and Rick Embry, we welcome you to Center Grove Trojan football. Ted, great night for football, 50 degrees, a slight wind, but just a great fall night for football, and at stake is a sectional championship.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for much more this time of year. I mean, it's off. We're almost into November, and it's a really very comfortable night. I mean, it's a little chilly, but perfect for football. I'm sure that Eric Moore is eager to get his team on the field. Last week they started off a little slow against Columbus North, finished strong, but I'm sure that he has talked to them all week that we can't go out there in the first half and lay an egg kind of like we did last week. Offense has got to be a little bit more productive. Defense continues to play outstanding football, and I would say you're going to see a lot of Center Grove tonight. Center Grove, the very dominant team, playing against a Jeffersonville team that I think will definitely be outmanned.
Tonight's pregame show is being presented by Allstate Insurance, the Bontrager Agency of Greenwood. Personal financial representative John Bontrager and his family have been a part of the Greenwood Center Grove community for 20 years. John provides a high level of service for more than 2,700 customers. The Bontrager Agency is located at 395 South State Road 135, or contact the agency at 317-888-3200. You're in good hands with Allstate. Up next, our Aaron Holt will speak to the head coach of the Trojans, Eric Moore, to preview tonight's sectional championship game against the Jeffersonville Red Devils. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Hi, I'm John Bontrager. 20 years ago, my wife Shanda and I opened the Bontrager Agency right here in Greenwood, Indiana. Today, we serve over 2,700 families in the Greenwood and surrounding areas. What makes our agency truly special is the 8 licensed sales and customer service staff that work here. Between all of us, we have over 120 years of combined knowledge and expertise to assist our customers. When it comes to the purchase of a new policy, we do an exhaustive needs analysis for each individual person to make sure they have the right coverage for when that claim time happens. We promise to review that coverage every year for you to make sure it keeps up with your existing needs as your lives change. I realize that customers have many options when it comes to the insurance purchase. If you're looking for an agency that treats you as a friend, please consider the Bontrager Agency.
When I raised my son, I never knew he was going to be a custom home builder. But what I did know, whatever he did, he would be the best.
And I'm Tiffany McClurg with the Linder McClurg team at RE/MAX Select.
We would like to say thank you for making us Center Grove's go-to real estate team year after year.
We take great pride in supporting and giving back to our community. Throughout the years, we have supported many blood drives, fundraisers, and have been named a top donator for Riley Children's Hospital. We are super excited to be a top sponsor for Center Grove football this year. Remember, when buying, selling, or building, please remember to call the Linder McClurg team. Go Trojans!
Welcome to the Allstate Bontrager Insurance Agency pregame show. I'm standing here with Coach Moore. And Coach, in your tenure, this has become known these next few weeks as the T-shirt games. And they're very exciting because every game we're playing for a trophy, and that means they get a T-shirt.
Well, T-shirts are nice, but they're not as nice as the actual trophy and award, and knowing that you accomplish your goals. We got our MIC championship, we got our undefeated season, and tonight it's time to try to get our sectional championship.
I was looking at the statistics. There's less than 40 schools in the entire state of Indiana that have ever had double-digit sectional titles. You had the opportunity to win 10 just yourself this evening, which is a great testament to you and your coaching staff and turning a program around that's only had one sectional before you arrived.
Yeah, that was a true goal of ours. I think the big dog in the house at that point was Bloomington South, and I sort of set up everything we did to make sure that we have to compete and beat Bloomington South. Besides the MIC teams, I didn't think our attitude and I didn't think our football program thought it could ever get over the hump at Bloomington South, and we ended up being able to do that in the second year.
Jeffersonville comes in here tonight with a 6-4 record. They have a lot of talent. We don't see him very often, obviously. Their quarterback we played a few years ago, and he's a good one.
Yeah, this is a strange game. It's scary because we have so little information about them. The film is not the greatest film that you get exchanged. The information you get exchanged is not the greatest information. 25 formations. It's really been a difficult week preparing for this team. And then, we start back from break, so this week's been a little different for the kids again. It's like the 5th different week of this season. So I hope we can get it all together and get our minds focused. And our theme this week has been perfect effort, and that's what it's going to be for the next 4 weeks.
Perfect effort is definitely something that they got to strive for. When you look at getting back into school, has there been any other challenges over one versus the other as far as getting back into the scheme of their normal day in, day out life?
Well, not that I know of. I know that probably the sleeping habits had to change, and getting up at 6 a.m. or earlier and making sure you're at school by 7:30 or earlier. And then, our whole life cycle, eating cycle, sleeping cycle, all that changes during the course of the day. It didn't seem to affect the way we practiced. I don't know if homework and things like that affected the course of the week. We had the PSAT testing on Wednesday, so that threw us another loop in the schedule. So it's just, we got to focus and overcome, and, this is all about football now, and we got to go out and try to win our 10th sectional.
Certainly hope a lot of folks come out and show up tonight. If you have a child and they come in a costume, they get free candy from the Parents Club, a little trick-or-treat for Halloween this weekend. And I also know you want to give a shout-out to the volleyball team who's going to be playing in the semi-state, as well as soccer in their first ever state championship.
Yeah, I hope the volleyball team, which is taller than the football team, great opportunity for them to win and get on to their dream is to win the state championship. But I can't be more proud of anyone than I am the soccer team. What a great group of guys. I have a lot of them in class. I've had an awful lot of fun with them this year. But I just love their attitude of nothing seems to bother them, no superstar. And they are deserving of their works, and they're gonna beat Jeff on Saturday, and I can't wait to be there for them, and I can't wait to congratulate them.
Well, we have the opportunity tonight to start off what could be one of 3 trophies for Center Grove High School this week. Good luck.
Yeah, well, we also got the band competing tomorrow, so good luck to them as well. And, we have a chance for Center Grove to really capitalize on some hardware this weekend. Just hope everybody stays healthy and we all have a great success. Go Trojans.
If you want your business to be remembered, you have to stand out and create an impact with your audience. Spotlight Strategies is a full-service marketing company that provides print, apparel, promotional items, and signs. We produce items like company forms, letterhead, business cards, and brochures, customized apparel products, and cool-looking t-shirts for our favorite high school team.
Your message matters. The way you share it makes a difference. Call Spotlight Strategies today.
There's no difference in the quality of food you buy at other stores and the food you buy at Aldi. Except when you shop at Aldi, you'll have a lot more bucks left over when you leave. At Aldi, you'll keep more bucks every time you shop, and that's the truth. Aldi, simply smarter shopping.
Ray Skim's got your truck, man. Big and little trucks, man. Integrate locations, man. Skim's got your truck, man. He's got SUVs, crossovers, long bed, short bed, flatbed, dump cab, crew cab, cinder cab, half-ton, three-quarter ton, one-ton, high cube van, cargo van, diesel engine, gas in the stock. For custom in the color you want, man. Ray Skillman's got your truck, man. Big and little trucks, man. Integrated locations, man. Skillman's got your truck, man. Ray Skillman's got your truck, man.
Where's the best place to get answers about your water? Aqua Systems, the home water experts. Since 1959, Aqua Systems has been manufacturing and installing top-quality water softeners, drinking water systems, and whole house filtration systems for even the toughest water issues. Stop by anytime to get your water tested free and learn more about how we can help you have better water. If you need bottled water or salt delivered to your home or office, we do that too. CG football fans, mention this ad and get a special discount. And most importantly, go Trojans!
Welcome back inside Ray Skillman Stadium. Kevin Conrad along with Ted Kittrell and Rick Embry. Tonight it's the sectional championship in sectional number 8 between number 1 Center Grove and the Jeffersonville Red Devils. Great night for football. 50 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Just a great night here at Ray Skillman Stadium. And Ted, unfortunately, from a crowd standpoint, we were just commenting a few seconds ago, the crowd not that great tonight, but I know some fans feel like Center Grove is going to win this maybe in a rout. The temperature's a little bit cooler, but again, the fan support right now not the best.
Well, I think they've gotten a little spoiled here on the south side for a high school football game. I mean, we're used to seeing really big crowds, 5,000-6,000 people come to watch these games, and obviously they've been very entertaining, especially this year, having not gotten beaten all year. So, but you know, they were on fall break for a couple weeks. I think after you get through this game, obviously, hopefully you get through this game. If you look at the stats on paper and things like that, it's a game that Center Grove should win. Next week should be pretty exciting. Then you'll have some, interest either from Warren Central or Southport, and things could get very interesting from there.
The winner tonight of this sectional championship will play the winner of the Warren Central Southport sectional championship tonight. That will be the regional next Friday night. For the Trojans, if Center Grove wins tonight, regardless of who wins that game over between the Warriors and the Cardinals, Center Grove will be on the road next week for the regional. If Jeffersonville wins tonight, they'll be at Southport next Friday or back home against Warren Central for the regional next Friday night. Center Grove 10-0 on the season, 7-0 this year in the MIC, won the championship outright in the conference. Coach Moore now in his 17th year at Center Grove, 157 wins, 54 losses. His 21st year of coaching high school football, 205 wins, 59 losses for Coach Moore. Last week, the Trojans beat Columbus North in the sectional opener, 34-7. That game tied at 7 apiece in the first half, and Ted, the Trojans played much, much better in the second half. I got a chance to talk to Coach Moore this past week. He's just not for sure who that Center Grove football team was in the first half. Just not pleased with the effort and performance by the Trojans in the first half last week, but they did pick up the tempo in the second half and took care of business to beat the Bulldogs 34-7.
Yeah, he's very thankful. He's got a great defense that he can continue to depend on and keep him in the football game. His defensive line and his offensive line have been the two strengths of this team all year. I mean, obviously Titus McCoy, Joey's done a great job at quarterback, but when you really break it down, I mean, the offensive line controls that line of scrimmage, and when they're on defense, the defensive line pretty much dictates. And that's why they've had the success they've had. So, it's a little kind of scratching your head, wondering why they didn't play a little better at Columbus North last week. And most importantly, you just have to look at it and think that they mentally were not really prepared as well as they should. So I would expect them to come out tonight and really the second quarter really try to put some points on the board and change that which they started last week.
For Center Grove head coach Eric Moore, he has won 9 sectional titles as the head coach of the Trojans. Here at Center Grove has 10 in school history, so Coach Moore going for number 10 tonight. For the Jeffersonville Red Devils, 6-4 on the season. 4-3 is where they finished up in the Hoosier Hills Conference, third place in the Hoosier Hills behind first place Columbus East, who went undefeated in conference play. Alfonso Browning is the head coach for Jeffersonville in his first year. For the Red Devils in school history, they've won the sectional 4 times, the last sectional title back in 2007. We see now the Center Grove senior captains at midfield. We're just moments away before the kickoff of tonight's matchup.
Yeah, a little hard to get a feel for Jeffersonville. We haven't really gotten much stats. I mean, we know they have an outstanding quarterback who took them on a 99-yard drive last week against New Albany to get that win in a 4-minute period. So his name Cameron Northern. So he's a guy to watch. He's a big, tall, strong-looking quarterback in the pocket. But other than that, we really don't know much about him. We know that Columbus East, was an opponent, a very good opponent, and put a pretty good whooping on them earlier in the year. Other than that, most of the schools they've played are obviously way down south, and we just don't know that much about them.
Nice shot of the Center Grove seniors tonight, the captains. Joey Siderwitz, senior quarterback, number 1. Quentin Sturzman, number 87, senior wide receiver. Jacob Limbach, long snapper, number 65, and Javon Swan, number 51. Ted, this time of year, you put the tournament on your seniors. I know Coach Moore talked about that this past week. This is their time, and this is a great senior class. He expects a lot from his seniors. When it's crunch time, he wants his seniors out there to execute and make the big plays.
And I'm sure he talked to him about this week, about mentally getting these kids ready to play. Because last week we walked on the field at Columbus North, and we offensively were not ready to play. Thank goodness we had a good defense, kept us in the game, and obviously things changed in the second half. But you got to come out and you got to be ready to play from the time the whistle first blows. So I'm sure that's something he's talked to his seniors about getting the other guys ready, getting themselves ready to play, getting everybody else around them ready to play. Because it's the ultimate team sport, and if there's one guy out there not doing his job, it can screw things up for everybody else.
Center Grove has won the sectional number 8 the last 4 years in a row, and 6 of the last 7 sectional 8 championships. So the Trojans have been very dominant in this sectional. And now the captains meet at midfield for the coin toss. Ted, at the moment, the wind not really much of a factor, so I'm not for sure if that's going to play into which direction one team may want to go. Minimal wind at the moment. I know if Coach Moore wins this toss, he'll want the football. Trojans will receive to begin tonight's football game.
That's interesting. A lot of teams anymore, go the Bill Belichick way, and they always defer putting their defense that way. They always get the ball, start the second half. But I think Eric Moore wants to make a statement with his offense and see that they're ready to play here early tonight.
Sectional championship, and here are the Trojans. Center Grove and Jeffersonville. Sectional championship, the Trojans, the number 1 team in the state of Indiana. And here's some impressive numbers for the Trojans. National polls, number 13 in USA Today Super 25 computer rankings. Number 14 in the Max Preps computer rankings. Number 15 in the High School Football America poll. Number 25 in Prep Nation, and number 38 in the High School Football 100. So the Center Grove Trojans have been great all season long and getting a lot of respect, not only in the state poll here in Indiana, but in the national polls as well. Across the way, Jeffersonville in the road white jerseys trimmed in red and black. Center Grove has won 10 straight under Coach Moore. Longest winning streak for the Trojans, 12 straight back in 2008. They lost to Carmel in week 3 that year and then won out all the way through the state championship, won 12 in a row. And if you carry that over to the next season, Center Grove started off 2-0 the following season, so 14 straight wins, the best for Coach Moore here at Center Grove. And that will conclude our All-State Bontrager Agency pregame show. Our opening quarter tonight being presented by Duke Homes. Ted, we're hoping to see Trevor Holt back in the lineup tonight for the Trojans. We have not seen him since the Lawrence Central game. He's been out with an injury, so the word we got is we'll see Trevor in uniform tonight and hopefully out on the field getting some snaps.
Well, he's been obviously very, very important. I mean, McCoy being the most important guy probably in that backfield, but the Holt boys both have been very, very good. They're outstanding blockers, obviously very good ball carriers, but yeah, that'd be a big boost to get him back tonight.
This sectional championship game is underway. Jackson Holt picks it up just inside the 20, and he is taken down at the 20 or 30-yard line. So not a bad return for Jackson Holt, and the Trojans with great field position to begin tonight's sectional championship against the Red Devils. Joey Siderwitz, he's been great all season long, Ted.
He has been very, very good. He's been an outstanding leader out there. I mean, he's not a guy that necessarily looks like Tom Brady or Peyton Manning out there, but he conducts this team and gets them to do what they need to do, and that's why they're 10-0. Good leadership of Joey.
Joey, couple of touchdown passes last week against Columbus North, and Titus McCoy bottled up at the 30, no gain. Very spirited start here for this Jeffersonville defense. Again, the main word we get on Jeffersonville, we got very little information on this team, but Coach Moore said they're a very big team on the D-line and O-line. Titus gets credit for 1 yard. 2nd down and 9. Siderwitz under center. He'll fake the handoff. Looks to the flat, now goes down the middle of the field, wide open, letting too much. And there he is, Trevor Holt, going to him right away, and he was open, Ted. Joey just let him too much.
Yeah, he sure was. Well, he was wide open. Moore was complaining a little bit about not getting a chance to look at much film, but they obviously saw enough film that they knew that something like that was going to be open early. I mean, when you look at Jeffersonville, they've got about 9 guys within about 6 yards of the line of scrimmage, so something like that was wide open, and it's too bad Joey just barely overthrew that.
3rd and 9 for the Trojans. Siderwitz to pass. Looks underneath. Complete to Titus McCoy. McCoy makes a move. He is short out of the 1st down. He had to get it to the 40. He is held short. He steps out at the 38-yard line. So 4th and a couple. And we'll see Conrad in the punting unit on the field.
Yeah, it's too early to take a chance on when you're on your own 40-yard line. So this is, I think, an outstanding decision, especially when you got a great defense that you're going to put on the field.
Now they spot it at the 39-yard line. So instead of 4th and 2, Ted, it's more like 4th and a long 1-yard line.
And the offensive line's back on the field.
Yeah, after Coach Moore looked at it, before it looked like they were going to spot it as 4th and 2. Now it's 4th and a long 1, and Coach Moore calls a timeout, and one might think Coach is going to go for it now.
Well, you can always try to draw them off. Obviously, that's the one thing. I mean, if you don't, you can always still punt it away.
Joey Siderwitz going back to the field, so the Trojans will line up with their offense. 4th and a long 1 yard. 11:10 to play, first quarter, sectional championship at Ray Skillman Stadium. Winner gets either Warren or Southport next week in the regional.
This could be a big momentum boost for either team. I mean, if Center Grove gets it and can move the ball on down the field and score, obviously a big boost to them. But if Jeffersonville could get a stop here, it'd obviously be a big boost to them.
Trying to get the 1 yard. The Trojans get the 1 yard. Not a problem. Titus McCoy
Yeah, he's been the go-to guy all year. I mean, he comes in tonight with 200, over 200 carries for over 1,200 yards, almost 1,300 yards. So he's the go-to guy. Center Grove always does have, even though they have a wing T, you got three guys, three-headed monster out there. There's always one guy that they go to more than others, and Titus has been that guy all year.
4 yards for McCoy. New set of downs at the 43. Jackson Holt getting outside with some great blocking in front of him. He moves the football into Red Devil territory at the 49-yard line. 8 yards for Jackson Holt.
Jackson does a nice job. He gives him a little inside juke and then goes to the outside and able to pick up 7.
10:34 to play, first quarter. 2nd down and 2 for the Trojans. Jackson Holt over 100 yards rushing last Friday against Columbus North. He has played spectacular here down the stretch. 2nd down and a couple. Handoff, Titus McCoy, 1st down and a whole lot more. 30 to the 20, and they try to rip him down. They finally do at the 10-yard line. A diving effort by Jeffersonville to bring him down. That was Tyrone Henry that brought him down from behind.
Yeah, this team can explode on you. I mean, we've talked all year that they're more of a team we don't expect a lot of gains from, but I see in the stats where 47 times this year they've had gains over 20 yards. So they can get it out and move it up and down the field pretty quickly when needed.
39 yards for Titus McCoy. 1st and goal at the 10. Inside 10 minutes to play, first quarter. Opening drive here in the sectional championship. Handoff. That is Trevor Holt taken down at the 5. He tried to cut back inside, and he's down at the 5. And Trevor, coming back from an injury, is now down on the ground. He tried to make a cut, and hate to see that, Ted.
Yeah, you sure do. I mean, it was awkward. It looked like if he would have just kept running, he tried to stop quickly and cut back to his left, and I don't know if his leg got caught underneath him or what, but
he's been battling that knee injury ever since the Lawrence Central game, and this is his first game back. And
well, the thing that you and I and Rick all know is that the Holt boys are pretty tough guys, and if they're having to take a look at him on the field, it's probably something that we're probably not going to see him the rest of the night.
Center Grove also without Leek Linker tonight. So Tristan Clark should be the next man up for the Trojans. 9:39 to play here in the opening quarter.
I mean, whoever they've plugged in this year, I mean, Tristan, I think I saw where he averages almost 11 yards a carry. Obviously, he's come in and sometimes maybe not playing against the greatest of defenses, but still, I mean, I think that just tells you a lot about the offensive line. And, I mean, you can't just plug anybody in there, but obviously you put a good back in there behind a good offensive line, and good things are going to happen. Flexing his knees, trying to get a feel for it, but he's a little gingerly coming off.
Yeah, and not able to put any pressure on that knee. So standing ovation by the Center Grove fans. They know how hard Trevor has worked to try and get back for tonight's game, back here and participate in the state tournament. It'll be 2nd down and goal at the 5. Trevor picks up 5 yards on the carry.
2nd down.
Titus McCoy looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. McCoy, 5-yard touchdown run.
He's tough to bring down. I mean, we've seen him all year. He's hard to knock off his pins. I mean, he just has great balance. Take a look at him. They got a hold of him at about the 4-yard line, but he just shakes that tackle and moves into the end zone. I mean, he's been an outstanding player for Coach Moore and Center Grove all year.
18th touchdown on the season for Titus McCoy. Snyder to attempt the PAT. We have whistles.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout called before the snap of the football. So the Trojans, Ted, on 4th and 1 on their side of the field. Coach Moore calls a timeout, goes for it, gets the first down, and now a touchdown by McCoy.
They called offsides on Jeffersonville. I don't know why they don't go ahead and let that run out and just decline the penalty, but for some reason they blew it dead. Usually when they're offsides, even if you line up in the neutral zone, that's something that they go ahead and play through. But
Limbach, long snapper, captain tonight. Conrad to hold, and we got another whistle and another flag. At what point do you say go for the 2-point conversion? I think that's what Coach Moore is going to do. He's getting ready to put the offense out there. Here comes the offense with another penalty against the Red Devils. Half the distance to the goal, and we'll see now the Center Grove offense out there, Ted, to go for 2.
Yeah, I mean, you start at the 3, and then you're down to the 1.5, and now you're down to about the half. So you get any type of push from your offensive line, you're going to score 2 here rather than 1.
Handoff, Titus McCoy trying to find the end zone for the 2-point conversion. He falls forward. He's in there. 8-0 Trojans. McCoy breaks the plane. It makes it 8-zip Trojans.
That's a good start for Center Grove. Their offense needed to get a little boost of confidence right there. Even after they missed what would have been a definite touchdown pass, they were still able to gather themselves on 4th down, pick up the yard, and then continue down the field. And as I said, starting the game, their offensive line looked like they controlled that entire series, and I would expect to see that all night.
So the Trojans strike first, leading 8-0. 9:29 to play here in the first quarter. Titus McCoy, 5-yard touchdown run, and then punches it in on the 2-point conversion. Nathaniel Snyder now will kick off for the Trojans. Score from the Warren Central Southport game. Warren Central leads Southport 7-0. And Ben Davis leads Avon 7-0. Some other sectional championship games in Class 6A tonight. Ted, not much wind, but Snyder's been great all season long with the kickoffs. Wind or no wind, he's been able to get it to the end zone quite a bit this year.
Yeah, he usually lets Coach Moore know. I mean, if he doesn't think he can get it to the end zone, then they do a little pooch kick down around the 25, but I think he thinks he can get it there tonight.
And this one going to be just short of the goal line at around the 2-yard line. The Red Devil football player drops the football, and the special teams, they drop him at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, you can't make mistakes like that, especially on the road. I mean, he came up, he had a chance to field the ball on the move, he dropped it. You take an extra second or two that you give that team a chance to get down there and pounce on you. Now they're going to start at about the 5-yard line.
Cameron Fuller, sophomore, dropped the football, got it to the 5. He's a sophomore. And now we'll see the Red Devils offensively for the first time tonight. Zach Stanball gets credit for the tackle for the Trojans. Great special teams play by Center Grove. 9:23 to play here in the opening quarter. Cam Northern, the quarterback for the Red Devils, hands it off. Run off right tackle. 3 yards for the Red Devils. Running the football, Jordan Barnett, 5'7", 171-pound junior.
Well, it's a stout defense. I mean, obviously we've seen Swan and Cameron Tidd all year, but Pence does an outstanding job as a corner, and they've been a very, very good defense all year.
Picked up a couple. 2nd down and 8. Pass complete at the 10-yard line. He just got rid of it. Cam Northern, he's 6'3", 205-pound junior quarterback, and he just got rid of it, Ted. We'll see the replay. Look like, yep, Sam Bolin getting the start at linebacker. Almost got him.
Well, it's 3rd down, about 6. So this is, again, a momentum deal here. If the defense could get off the field here, this would be big for Center Grove.
Coleman, wide receiver, senior, made the catch for 2 yards. 3rd and 6, the call for the Red Devils. Northern to pass. Completes to the flat inside the 10, and he's taken down at the 11. well short of the first down.
Well played by Center Grove. Did a nice job of knowing where that first down yardage was, how far they needed to get. Obviously, they're going to let you throw the ball underneath and then get to the receiver. They're able to get to him, knock him down, and he comes up about 5 yards short.
Sam Bolin makes the tackle. Junior linebacker starting in place of the injured Jackson Sodrell. Bolin with an interception last week against Columbus North. Nice punt here by Jeffersonville, driving Smithy all the way back to his own 49. Great job by Smithy to shake a tackle. He gets inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Tremendous field position for the Trojans.
Well, and a great play by Smithy. I mean, he could have easily just gave up on that ball and let it go over his head. It would have bounced another 15 yards, and Center Grove would have started at about their own 35. Instead, he caught it, ran it back 15 yards, and now they're going to start inside their opponent's 40. So a great play that saved them about 25 yards right there.
Great punt by Alex Macaluso, 5'5" freshman. He's a freshman back there punting, 40 yards on the punt. 7:29 to play here in the first quarter. Center Grove in front, 7-0. Some more, Titus McCoy down the sideline, bulldozing defender after defender, and finally runs out of bounds.
Well, great job by the offensive line. They're coming at you right here. You can see he's got people in front. He does a nice job. He's patient. He follows his blockers, able to pick up a nice gain, move the chains. Exactly what Eric Moore and the Trojans are looking to do here. Just continue to move the chains, wear that defense down.
22 yards for Titus McCoy at the 7:22 mark, first quarter. We see Tristan Clark now in the backfield with Jackson Holt. Clark in there replacing Trevor Holtz. Tristan to the 10, hit hard. Good tackle made by number 21, Cameron Fuller.
Yeah, Fuller did a nice job. He squared him up pretty good right there. He hit him hard, but Tristan able to hold on to the football, and again, a nice gain. 5 yards. They'll take that every time.
5 yards for Clark at the 11-yard line. We're inside 7 minutes to play first quarter. Titus McCoy, a little bit of an opening on that left side. Squirts through there for a few yards, gets a couple.
Yeah, not much there. He was waiting for that hole to open up. You get to take a look at it right here. You can see he kind of hops over there, but they've got a couple people there able to bring him down, and it brings up a third down.
Third and a couple. Siderwitz to Jackson Holt, looking for the end zone. In there, touchdown, 8 yards, Jackson Holt.
Well, excellent blocking. Find a big hole on the left side, but also Joey Siderwitz does such a good job with his fakes and getting the ball where it needs to be. I mean, that's not always the easiest thing to do. I mean, you kind of take that for granted. But in the wing tee, I mean, ball handling is so very, very important, and he does an outstanding job of getting the ball to the people when they need it, and a big hole there and a big score for Center Grove.
Snyder's extra point kick is good. So the Trojans, 2 drives, 2 scores, leading 15-0 in the sectional championship game against the Jeffersonville Red Devils. 6:15 to play first quarter. On that drive, the Trojans had 4 running plays, moved at 38 yards in 1:14. Jackson Holt with a 9-yard touchdown run. And for Jackson Holt, 10 touchdowns on the season. And tonight, something very, very special. The Center Grove Gridiron Club will donate $22 for every touchdown tonight to a very worthy cause. It's called Mission 22. It's an organization, a not-for-profit organization that helps veterans, our military veterans. Unfortunately, 22 veterans commit suicide every day, and Mission 22 is an organization that tries to lend help to our veterans and the families to try and take them from military life back to civilian life. So mission22.com for more information. And again, we want to thank Aaron Holt and the Center Grove Gridiron Club for stepping up tonight to donate $22 for every touchdown tonight to Mission 22. Snyder's kick this time, Ted, goes to the end zone. I believe he needs 8 more touchbacks to get to 100 for the season. 100 touchbacks. There's a stat for you for a kicker, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. He's had a great 3-year run here with Center Grove.
Center Grove's had some very good kickers. Eric, he knows how important that is at this level, and at the level they play at in the MIC, kicking field goals, getting touchbacks, things like that are very, very important.
Some other sectional championship scores: Warren Central over Southport 7-3, Carmel winning 7-0, and Cathedral up 7-0. Running play up the middle. Center Grove
there.
Smothering the running back.
Yeah, Javon Swan had a hold of him. Not much chance for him to make much yardage right there. Here you take a look. Look at big number 51 right in there. He sheds his blocker, got his hand on him, and no place to go.
Jordan Barnett, the junior running back, no gain. Cam Northern, quarterback, 6'3", 205, a junior. Very impressive young athlete. Now he's under pressure, gets away from the Center Grove defenders, runs the football to the 26-yard line. He was hit hard at the 26. 6 yards for Cam Northern.
Yeah, Center Grove put a lot of pressure on him. He had to step up into the pocket and then decided to go ahead and run with it. Able to pick up 6 yards, put them in at least a decent position to where they could pick this up on 3rd down and 4.
Nick Arbuckle, the 6'2", 210-pound junior linebacker, put a big lick on Cam Northern. 3rd and 4. Five minutes to play, first quarter. Center Grove in front, 15-0. Northern puts it in the air, incomplete pass. Went right through the hands of his receiver.
Well, he's got a nice arm. I mean, he really stands tall back there in the pocket. In watching him warm up, here you get to take a look at him. Look how he stands tall, sees the receiver, he fires it, makes a good pass, not able to come up with it. But he almost looks like Cam Newton standing back there, the way he stands tall in the pocket, but not able to complete that one.
It appeared that was 88 Thomas Jones, a freshman, the intended receiver. We did see Sam Bolin with great coverage for the Trojans. Freshman punter had a 40-yard punt the first time. This one's a little bit of a wobbly type punt and takes a Center Grove bounce at midfield. And Center Grove once again will have great field position. This one only goes for 22 yards on the punt.
Center Grove does a nice job of getting out of the way. The 133 is trying to block, and obviously the returner started yelling, get away, get away. So don't want that ball to hit you and then have the other team recover.
4:48 to play, opening quarter. Center Grove offense. Very impressive.
Yeah, Jeffersonville's defense needs to really step up here. I mean, if they allow them another 4 or 5 play drive and 7 more points on the board, they're going to have major problems.
Titus McCoy gets a great block by Tristan Clark, and McCoy is to the 40-yard line, 9 yards.
Flag late.
Some extra pushing and shoving following the play. Cameron Fuller, we've mentioned his name quite a bit already. He is a great one for this Jeffersonville defense. Again, the run by McCoy. They'll spot it at the 39-yard line.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Defense. 15 yards. Result is a first down.
Well, that doesn't help Jeffersonville out there. 15-yard unsportsmanlike. So something after the play. I wasn't able to pick it up or see it, but must have been something that happened there. But they're having enough problems trying to stop Center Grove, and you give them 15 free yards right there. See if we see anything right here. It happened after the play, so.
Yeah. And it was down the field. I don't think we're going to see it.
Yeah, nothing there that we could see, but obviously something happened.
15-yard penalty against the Red Devils. Football now at the Jeffersonville 26-yard line. 4.5 minutes to play.
Joey's in the gun.
In the first quarter, inside handoff. Titus McCoy, great lead blocking down the field for McCoy, and he just bouncing off one tackler after another, and they finally wrestle him down short of the 10. Nick Davis, 66, the lead blocker.
Well, the one guy got a pretty good shot at him. I think he thought he had him right there. Number 7, he thought but he didn't put him down, and he gained another 4 or 5 yards.
Tyrone Henry, number 7. He's 6'3", 174, a senior. Thought he had him, but Titus bounces off the tackle and picks up 14 yards. Another first down for Center Grove at the Red Devil 12-yard line. 4:10 to play, first quarter. From the gun, Joey getting pressure. Eludes one tackler. And now there's going to be what appears to be holding here on the edge against the Trojans as he does throw a touchdown pass. But here on the edge, I believe they're going to call holding against Center Grove.
Yep, they surely do. Joey does a nice job using his feet right there to get away from the defense. Makes a nice throw, throws it low there where Titus is the only guy that's able to catch that football. But right there on the corner, somebody grabbed a defender right at the end of the play.
It appeared it was number 70, Ethan Hart, junior offensive lineman. Remains first down. We'll see the NASCAR package for the Trojans. 3 wide receiver set. Smith, Sturzman, and Trent Line, the slot receiver. Titus McCoy takes the handoff behind his blockers, very patient, and they finally rip him down.
A pretty good job by Jeffersonville right there, really, shedding the blocks and staying with Titus because he, as you said, he was very patient, and he was waiting for that hold open and just never did.
McCoy behind Big John Richardson. When you got a guy 6'4", 315 pounds in front of you, it's kind of hard to see that running back sometimes.
Again, in this NASCAR package, they like to send 3 or 4 of the guys deep and then kind of throw a little screen pass to McCoy out here in the flat.
Second down at 21, and Joey is sacked all the way back at the 31-yard line. Good coverage by the Red Devils in the secondary. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Some more substitutions here for the Trojans. Joey runs to the sideline to get the next play here from Quentin Sturzman. 3rd and 29, the call, Ted.
3rd and 29?
3rd and 29.
I don't know if we got that one in the playbook.
Siderwitz under center. McCoy and Clark in the backfield. There's the counter crisscross.
3rd and 34.
And the Trojans.
Left tackle jumped.
With the penalty. Yeah. False start.
That's the kind of things you can't afford to do. I mean, you might be able to afford to do it tonight against Jeffersonville, but you get to play in Cathedral or you play Warren Central, somebody like that, you just can't make mistakes. They made mistakes early last week, a number of penalties. They come into the game with 55 penalties for almost 500 yards. So need to be a little bit more disciplined as an offense.
3rd and 34. Siderwitz back under center. Siderwitz fumbles the snap. It's loose, still loose, and wow, a big scramble for it. They'll have to unravel it. It's either going to be 4th and long or Red Devil football. It's going to be 4th and long for the Trojans.
Bring on the punting team. Get the heck out of here. I mean, this has been a disaster.
2 great drives, and then this drive stalls.
I mean, Eric, they moved it down there running the football, and then he wanted to kind of open it up a little bit, and they tried to pass, obviously get a holding call, then they get a sack, and it just kind of all went wrong there. So good punt here, put their defense in good position, and then kind of get going again.
It's 4th and 39. Conrad to punt. Limbach with the snap. Conrad very high, trying to angle it, and it's going to hit a couple of yards deep into the end zone. 41 yards on the punt for Conrad. Duke Holmes, our first quarter sponsor. Appreciate everything Mike Duke does for Center Grove football. Center Grove in front 15-0. 1:38 to play here in the opening quarter. Rick Embry doing a great job keeping an eye on the other sectional championship games in Class 6A. First and 10 from the Jeff 20-yard line. From the gun, Cam Northern. He looks left, throws, and he is hit by Blake Moran. He makes the catch and is drilled immediately. And Ted, how about the cornerback play this year for the Trojans?
Yeah, it's
Moran
been outstanding,
and
and Pence has been good over on the other side. They're not really throwing it. Watch this ball gets tipped, though. You know, they tried to block him down low. The Center Grove lineman did a nice job of fighting them off, still getting their hands up, getting their hands on a ball, and they almost picked that off.
Ted, look at this formation. 4 receivers to the right, like a bunch formation. That pass was completed.
You always think the one guy's going to back out of there. They're going to throw that bubble screen over there.
Dawson Willis made that catch, a 3-yard reception. Devin Wilson was the one able to tip that last pass. And now a penalty flag thrown here on the near side. Movement by the Trojans. 5-yard penalty. Ted, last week Javon got called 3 times, but what's happening, a lot of those offensive linemen, they stand in their stance for so long, they twitch, they move, and that's throwing Javon off, and the officials are not picking up that the offensive linemen are the ones moving. Screen pass. Yes, and he gets on it. That's a live football.
Yep.
Great job by the Jeffersonville player to get back on it.
Well, they tried to do exactly what I said. Of the 4, 3 of them go down block. One of them steps back, and then he's going to try to, get a little screen pass and run up the field right there. But he's not able to come back. But that was a backwards pass, so that ball was live.
Brandon Coleman dropped it, recovered it. Loss of 14 yards.
I mean, with the Swan still, I mean, he's over that football. There's no reason he should jump off sides. I mean, it's easier said than done, obviously, when the quarterback's barking signals. But
3rd and 16. Pass complete to the flat to Coleman. Center Grove pursuing, and they gang tackle him at the 27-yard line. Well short of the first down. That will be our final play of the first quarter here at Ray Skillman Stadium in the sectional number 8 championship game. Center Grove leads it 15-0 over the Jeffersonville Red Devils. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Hi, I'm Mark Linder.
And I'm Tiffany McClurg with the Linder McClurg team at Remax Select.
We would like to say thank you for making us Center Grove's go-to real estate team year after year.
We take great pride in supporting and giving back to our community. Throughout the years, we have supported many blood drives, fundraisers, and have been named a top donator for Riley Children's Hospital. We are super excited to be a top sponsor for Center Grove football this year. Remember, when buying, selling, or building, please remember to call the Linder McClurg team. Go Trojans!
After one quarter here at Ray Skillman Stadium, the Center Grove Trojans shutting out the Red Devils of Jeffersonville High School 15-0. Quarter number 2 being presented by Tiffany McClurg and Remax Select Realty. Ted, the Trojans had 2 great offensive drives, but the last one not so nice. They really struggled with a lot of penalties, something we saw last week in the first half against Columbus North.
Yeah, still not as smooth as you'd like to see them when they're really clicking out there, moving up and down the field. But they were able to put 15 points on the board and almost, another one there. So, but this should be a punting situation on 4th down and 3, you would think. But the quarterback's in the game, and
4th and 3, Ted. They're going for it, at least lining up to go for it. Now they're going to call a timeout.
Can't jump off sides here. I mean, obviously that'd give them a first down, but I can't believe that Jeffersonville wants to try to pick this up. I mean, we're not picking up a half a yard here. This is a good 4 yards.
Warren Central leads Southport 12-3. Again, the winner here plays a winner there next Friday in the regional championship. Many think it'll be a Center Grove Warren Central matchup at Warren Central. Of course, the Trojans began the season at Warren Central, and Center Grove pulled that one out in a very high-scoring game, won that one by 4 points. And Ted, what's ironic, you played that in week 1. We had great temperatures. Next week, we're supposed to have record highs, high 70s, maybe into the low 60s or high 60s. Next week for that Friday night game, we're going to have great temperatures.
Well, I mean, that's one of the teams. There's not many teams that I feel like can beat this Center Grove football team. I feel, other than if they beat themselves. But, Warren Central, Cathedral, and Carmel are three teams that I think, if you were to ask them, they'd like to have another shot at them. But Jeffersonville sending out the offense here.
Four
what
receivers
a chance.
here to the
They're
right.
taking a chance, a huge chance.
4th and 3 from their own 27, and Northern's going to try to run it. He loses yardage on the play, and Coach Browning took a chance, and they get nothing. They lose yardage. And Javon Swan with the tackle.
And they might have lost their quarterback. He's limping. Or no, that's the offensive lineman, 58.
That's Brennan Robinson, senior offensive lineman, that limps off the field.
Yeah,
but
he limped off. Well, you got a short field here for your Center Grove. I mean, you got to get this ball in the end zone.
McCoy and Jackson Holt in the backfield. Jackson Holt with the carry, shakes off one tackler, and now a flag. Couple of flags thrown, going to be holding against the Trojans. Jackson Holt was able to break a tackle here on the edge.
I don't know. That's a funny. I mean, that came from way in the back. It's most going to call a hold on the corner. Obviously, either the tackle or the tight end out there trying to set that corner, and they're calling a hold.
Remains first down, 1st and 21. The call for Coach Moore and the Trojans. Ball now at the Red Devil 33-yard line. Counter crisscross. Jackson Holt going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Did not fool this Red Devil defense. Nice tackle made by Tim Williams.
Well, this has been a problem all year. Whenever they put themselves in down and distance, problems. You're looking at 1st and 20. They struggle. I think it's obviously a mental thing, and this offense is really not made to pick up 20 yards in three plays. They can, but they struggle.
2nd down and 21. Siderwitz on the run, completes it underneath to Titus McCoy. Inside the 20, inside the 15, and just short of the first down. 20 yards for Titus McCoy.
Well, Zach Smith does a nice job of clearing out the area. You're not going to be able to see him, but he clears the area out, takes everybody with him, and Titus just goes out there into the opening, able to pick up good yardage.
20 yards for McCoy. That's a lot of yards after catch for McCoy. Makes it now 3rd and 1 for the Trojans at the 13-yard line. Handoff. Tristan Clark cuts it back. First down. Taken down at the 1. Nearly had himself a touchdown.
Yeah, he sure did. I mean, he might have thought that he was in the end zone because he's in there and they get him from behind. But still an outstanding run. Good blocking by his offensive line, creating a big hole.
Great tackle made by Cameron Fuller. Got him from behind at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal at the 1. Maybe go right back to him. And they do. Right back to Tristan Clark, looking for the end zone. He's in there. Touchdown, Tristan Clark. 1 yard out.
Well, they're able to overcome the penalty, the holding penalty. Did a nice job getting, Titus did a nice job of picking up 20 yards and putting us back in a position where we could pick up that 3rd down.
Center Grove with a very short field. 4 plays, 22 yards, and 1:46. Tristan Clark, 1 yard score. Kick by Nathaniel Snyder is good and out of the stadium. 22-0. Center Grove leads Jeffersonville in the sectional championship. Coach Moore going for sectional title number 10 here at Center Grove.
Be interesting to see what Coach Moore decides to do as this game continues on, how long he, some of his really key people, how long he keeps them in there.
But the thing, Ted, with tournament rosters, you are limited how many players you can dress. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, you want to go to your number 2s. But there aren't too many number 3s.
I mean, most of the guys on the team are, obviously everybody's keys to their, being 10-0, their offensive line, their defensive line. But there's certain guys in there you just feel like you can't lose. And be interesting to see as if they score a couple more times, what he does in the second half to try to save some of those players and make sure that everybody's ready to go next week.
Nathaniel Snyder will kick off for the Trojans. Again, minimal win tonight here at Ray Skillman Stadium, and he pounds that one deep into the end zone.
It's a great weapon to have. I mean, you don't think much about it when you're the guy that's got the weapon. But if you're having to kick off and can only get it to the 10-yard line, I mean, we saw, if you have to play against teams like Warren Central and they're able to return it, I mean, that's difficult. I mean, the quickness that they have and the things they can do on kickoff return, punt returns. When you have a kicker who can kick it into the end zone, and just makes life a lot easier.
10:09 to play, second quarter. Center Grove in front, 22-0. Northern stands tall in the pocket, gets rid of it, throws a nice ball, batted down by Tyler Pence. Wow, he makes play after play every single Friday night. All-state performance by Tyler Pence this season.
Yeah, and he makes it look easy, and that is not easy. When you're out there on an island by yourself, you take a look at it, great pressure right there, but look at him. He's running side by side with him. He's in perfect position, puts that hand up, knocks it away. He's played great all year.
Isaiah Blanton was the intended receiver. Tyler Pence also coming into tonight's game leads Center Grove in tackles. This is an impressive defense. He plays on one side of the field and leads the team in tackles. Screen pass complete, and the Red Devils pick up the first down.
Well, that's a good play call. Center Grove very aggressive right there. Whenever you got a team that's really chasing the football, and Center Grove putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, it's good to, kind of slow them down a little bit, throw a little screen pass. They do a nice job of, kind of a screen in the middle. He's able to pick up a first down, move those chains.
Ted, believe that might be, Jeffersonville's first down. 13 yards completed to Brandon Coleman, tackled by Sam Bolin.
That's interesting. They've pretty much abandoned the run. They have not run the football at all in the last 3 possessions. They've pretty much gone strictly to the pass.
New set of downs here for the Red Devils. Handoff, hit at the 35-yard line, 2 yards. Jordan Barnett, junior running back. Big collision here. Arbuckle.
Yeah.
Got him high, and I believe that might have been Cameron Ted. Yes, they got him low. 9-10 and counting in the second quarter. Cam Northern, shotgun formation, hands it off once again to Barnett. Gets outside, found a little bit of room to the 40-yard line. Picks up 5. Ted, you might notice a lot quieter tonight here at Ray Skillman Stadium during the tournament time. Not supposed to play music between plays. No fireworks on the scores. Try to make it a neutral site, at least as much as you can. But you do hear the horn and the cowbells. 3rd and 4. Northern fires to that far sideline, overthrows his target, his tight end, Thomas Jones, the intended receiver.
Yeah, just a bit outside right there.
Yeah.
That one
hit the mascot.
Yeah, that one was not too good.
Freshman punter back in for
last time
Jeffersonville.
They had almost the exact yardage to go for it. 4th down and 4, they went for it. So we're going to punt it away this time. Oh,
probably
terrible punt.
Should have
Shanked
gone
it.
for it. Got a nice roll, though, to the 44 44, 43-yard line.
20-yarder.
Give him 17 yards on the punt. 8:10 to play, quarter number 2. 22-0. Center Grove shutting out the Red Devils.
Well, you come out here in this situation, I mean, if you're Joey, you tell these guys, hey, these guys are just about ready to cough it up right now. So if we really block and do the things we need to do, we're going to have some real opportunities here.
Hand off to Jackson Holt. Another update, Warren Central 19, Southport 3. So it looks like, Ted, we're going to Warren Central unless there's a great comeback by Southport, but it's going to be Center Grove at Warren Central.
Yeah, Southport's got a really outstanding quarterback. I mean, he usually puts a lot of points on the board, but Jason West and Warren Central, you can bet they'll be ready. It's tournament time, and he's always ready.
On 2nd down and 8, Joey sacked. Defender got through the line, untouched, unblocked.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody got a pad on him.
Michael, I do believe that's Lively, number
he comes
52.
From Center Grove's right side there. It looked like, I don't know if he was lined up as a defensive end, but nobody put a pad on him and made things difficult for Joey back there. Before he could even get turned around, he's in his face.
Loss of 10 yards. 3rd and 16 for the Trojans from their own 38-yard line. They got to get it to the Jeffersonville 46-yard line for the first down. Siderwitz airs it out. He's got a man. Quentin Sturzman, first down to the 30, 25, and out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Great throw by Siderwitz to Sturzman, a senior to a senior.
Well, I mean, it's obviously very important here tonight because it gets them a first down and puts them in scoring position. But I think it's important for their own psyche to know that they can pass the ball when needed. Because if you're going to beat Warren Central and you're going to beat Cathedral or whoever it might be, you're going to have to pass the football. Those coaches are not going to just sit back there. They're going to make you throw the football, and throws like that have to give Joey confidence.
40 yards on the completion. Titus McCoy, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Titus McCoy.
You can see not a very good effort by Jeffersonville right there. I mean, he went untouched. Watch this. I mean, good block by Holt right there, number 14. Tristan, nice block. Nobody touches 30, and he goes about 25 yards for a touchdown.
Second score of the evening for Titus McCoy. 19 touchdowns on the season for McCoy. That one does go for 22 yards, and Tristan Clark with a fantastic block on Cameron Fuller. The kick by Snyder is good.
Well, I know one guy that appreciates them not blowing the fireworks off after scores. That would be my dog at home. Because when the fireworks go off, old Carter heads to the basement, So I'm sure that he's very appreciative.
On the drive for the Trojans, 4 plays, 1 pass, ran the ball 3 times, moved it 56 yards in a minute 37. Titus McCoy, 22-yard touchdown run. His second touchdown run tonight. 19 touchdowns now for McCoy on the season.
But an excellent pass, and Joey did a nice job letting Sturzman clear himself because he waited, and finally he was able to. It was a good throw by Joey because he had to throw it over the defender who was in front of Sturzman, and Sturzman made a nice catch and run. But a great pickup.
Quarter number 2 being presented by Tiffany McClurg and Remax Select Realty. Tiffany McClurg and Remax Select Realty is your #1 source for Metro Indy real estate. Whether you are buying or selling a home, call Tiffany McClurg, who wants to earn your business. Call 317-859-3400. Another touchback by Nathaniel Snyder. He has 3 tonight. Needs 6 more for 100 touchbacks for the season. And again, with that touchdown, another $22 being donated to Mission 22. A big thank you to the Center Grove Gridiron Club for stepping up tonight. Veterans Day not too far off. Mission 22 is an organization, not-for-profit organization, that's united in the war against veteran suicide. And we'll be talking to a representative from Mission 22 coming up on our halftime show in just a few minutes. Middle screen, Center Grove all over it. Bailey Bennett made the first hit, and some assists from Javon Swan.
Well, they burned him a little bit ago on it, and they picked up 10 yards in a first down, but he said, no, not again. You can see number 4 gets right up through the blockers, fights it off, able to bring him down. No gain.
Excuse me, I need to make a correction. Yeah, Bailey Bennett made the hit, but from behind it was Sam Pratt, number 91, the 6'1", 220-pound senior defensive tackle with the tackle from behind. A loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. The toss, trying to get outside, nothing there, and cuts it back inside. And nothing but red jerseys.
Red jerseys and about a 3-yard loss, so nothing they try is working very well. They're obviously going to try to little option here. There's just, look at all the Center Grove defenders around. Center Grove has done their homework. They didn't get to watch much film, Eric said, but they must have watched something because those last 2 plays, they've just blown them up.
Brandon Coleman gets back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by linebacker Nick Arbuckle.
For Center Grove, they got to get to the 30 to pick up a first down, so you want to keep them in front of you.
3rd and 11, down and out pattern.
His
receiver dropped it. Not a bad pass. The receiver's got to come up with it. You got to make a play.
Yeah, he reached out and tried to snag it with his hands, but he's not able to come up with it right in front of the Center Grove bench.
Coleman's a senior on the Jack's Pizza replay.
You can see it was an outstanding throw. It was right there. Center Grove going to get excellent field position once again, though.
Punting unit for the
flag
Red Devils, and I think we're going to have one too many men on the field for the Red Devils. 5-yard penalty against the Red Devils. 5:07 to play, 2nd quarter. Starting to see some subs already, Ted, for the Center Grove defense.
Yeah, you see Swan come out. He's one of the key guys. You just got to have him if you're going to make a run. And I'm sure he'll probably play a few plays here and there, but I imagine they'll get him out as much as they can.
Line drive punt. Heads to that far sideline. Takes a Red Devil bounce to the 47-yard line. 28 yards on the punt.
Well, if you're Jeffersonville, you really need to take some pride in what you're doing here. Otherwise, this thing could get really ugly really fast. And that was my point last time Center Grove got the ball. And Center Grove kind of put themselves in a bad position getting sacked, but then they came up with the big play. And then on the last play, you could see the effort by Jeffersonville. Nobody touched McCoy, and he went 22 yards. You have to have a better effort than that.
Man in motion, Jackson Holt.
Gone again.
To the 30, 20. He's going to hit the home run. Touchdown, Jackson Holt. 47 yards.
That's exactly what I felt like we were going to happen. If your guys are not engaged and really focused on what you're doing, Center Grove's going to make a fool out of you because their offensive line is going to create holes, and their backs know what to do with it when you give them a good hole.
2nd touchdown tonight for the senior. Jackson Holt is 11th on the season. Center Grove in front, 35-0. 4:47 to play here in the first half. Conrad puts it down. Snyder puts it through. 36-0. Center Grove rolling to its 11th sectional title in school history and number 10 for Coach Eric Moore.
That's a pretty amazing feat. You win 10 sectionals. There's a lot of people who go through life, be very happy to win 2 or 3.
Center Grove has won this sectional 4 years in a row, making it number 5 this year. They've won it 6 out of the last 7 years. Columbus East knocked him off 1 year. Kiel, remember that game, Ted, right here at Ray Skillman Stadium.
He was very impressive. He had a wide receiver who was also very impressive, did a lot. I think he punted and he kicked, did a lot of stuff.
Not to bring up bad memories, but Kiel, they got the ball first. A lot of passes, boom, 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 touchdown. Then that other player you talked about, can't remember his name, does an onside kick. They recover it.
Yeah.
Kiel throw, touchdown. Before you snap your finger, it's 14-0. I think Center Grove maybe outplayed Columbus East the rest of the night, but that particular Center Grove team just did not play well from behind. Touchback for Nathaniel Snyder. 4:47 to play, second quarter. All Center Grove 36-0.
Well, the defense for Center Grove is totally shut down Jeffersonville. I think they've got one first down tonight. They have not had the ball over, I don't think they've gotten it over their own 35-yard line. So Center Grove's defense, we talk about the guys inside, Tidd and Swan, but, you talked about the corners. I mean, they just continue to do a fantastic job, whether it be pass coverage, rushing, whatever. They do their homework, and they do what they're supposed to do.
Barnett's tackled at the 20, swarmed at the 20-yard line. Other updates, Carmel and Fishers, Ted, tied at 7-7. Avon leads state defending champ Ben Davis 7-6. Some other sectional championship games in Class 6A. One yard for the Red Devils. Swan back in there along with Tidd. Screen pass complete. Blanton taken down at the 25-yard line.
Played pretty well.
5 yards.
They only gave up like 3 or 4 yards right there. I mean, and that's kind of that late under screen. The guy kind of waits and comes under, but Center Grove played it very well.
4 yards for Blanton.
Yeah, this defense continues to put their offense in, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 6, and they've just not been able to move the chains. I think they have one first down so far.
Passing under pressure, runs away from the pressure, hit out of bounds by Tyler Pence, very close to the marker.
Short.
Hit out of bounds.
Obviously the 30 is the line, and if you're short of
half a yard short, Pence took him out just in front of that 30-yard line, Ted. Less than a yard. Now this is where you go for it. 4th and 1.
I don't know. I mean,
well, the last
be
few
interesting
punts,
to see if they bring him up under the center. I mean, you keep a quarterback back in the shotgun when you need one yard, boy, and you get some penetration by this Center Grove defense, and it's going to be hard to pick it up. He is up and under center this time.
4th and 1. They fake the handoff.
He didn't get it.
The quarterback doesn't get it. Maybe a second effort gets him the first down. He's going to be close. His
That's
second
a gift
effort.
if they give it to him.
This official on this far side, he started on this side of the 30, and as he got closer to the ball, he kind of got to the 30.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, he lunged the second effort, but Center Grove initially stopped that.
The second effort gets him the first down. The Center Grove fans disapprove of the spot of the football. 3 minutes to play, second quarter. Warren Central now cruising over Southport, 26-3. Big hit on the running back. Center Grove teeing off right now against this Jeffersonville offense.
The thing that impresses me about Warren Central or any Jason West coach team is not the 26 points they have, but the 3. They continue to their defense is just so stingy. When he was at Lawrence Central, they were so stingy. I mean, everybody focused on the quarterback and points, but his defense, he puts a lot of his best athletes on defense, and he makes it really difficult for you to score.
2 yards for Barnett.
That's
fullback moved.
Moved.
Penalty against the Red Devils. With 2:17 to play here in the second quarter. Our Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show coming up in just a few minutes. We'll have Randy Levere from Mission 22 join us at halftime as our special guest. Also, Ted, at halftime, the Center Grove boys soccer team will be honored as they will play for a state championship tomorrow.
I think they're playing Lafayette Harrison, I think that's what they said.
Yes, in Class 2A. At around between 5 and 6 is the game time for that, down at the IUPUI complex. Sack.
Going down.
Center Grove with great pursuit. And following the play, Center Grove was hit. That was Devin Wilson, no call. Taken down at the 26-yard line. Loss of 1 yard.
As a defense, you can really be aggressive. I mean, you look over, it's 3rd down and 14. I mean, you know they're going to pass the football. So Swan and Tidd they're just teeing off, you know. I mean, they're just ears back, going for the quarterback.
3rd and 14. From the gun, Northern sets tall in the pocket, fires a great ball, knocked down by
Pence.
Tyler Pence.
Who else?
Tyler Pence. He's knocked down 2 tonight.
And if you watch, I mean, he's actually on the other, and he comes off. Watch how he's on the outside receiver, and watch how he steps in there and knocks it away. Perfectly done.
Isaiah Blanton, the intended receiver. 4th and 14.
Center Grove going to get the ball in good field position again. The punter has struggled for Jeffersonville about the last 4 times he's punted.
Start off the night with a 40-yard punt. The last 3, 22 yards, 17 yards, 28 yards. And this one angles down the sideline, picked up by Smithy. He's hit out of bounds at the 45-yard line. 34 yards on the punt and a 6-yard return.
And a minute left, minute 5, for Center Grove to put more points on the board.
Great time to work on your 2-minute offense.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what Eric's doing. He's going to work on his 2-minute offense right here. You know, act like it's the last minute of a game. We're down 3. We need to move the ball down the field, get in position, either kick a field goal or score a touchdown.
Great student section tonight for the Trojans. Joey Siderwitz throws that far side of the field to Zach Smith at the 50. Eludes a tackler to the 40 and at the 35-yard line, out of bounds. Stops the clock with 57 seconds.
Well, it's a good pitch and catch right here. Zach runs a nice route. Joey gets the ball to him, does a nice job of yards after the catch, and they're in position to score more points.
19 yards on the play. Marquise White whiffs on the tackle. Football at the Red Devil 33-yard line. 57 seconds to play. Second quarter. Center Grove with the double wing back. Man in motion. Takes the handoff. New running back. That's McCullough Gardner. And he's going to be to the 21-yard line. First down Trojans. 13 yards for Gardner.
Clock stops while they move the chains. So Center Grove needs to get back up, have a play called, be ready. Don't have to use one of their timeouts here.
Another great tackle by Cameron Fuller. He's been very impressive tonight for Jeffersonville. 40 seconds and counting. Siderwitz rolling. Sets the feet, goes to the end zone, looking for Gardner.
Oh,
incomplete.
I hope he's okay.
Oh, wow. He hit the padding at the back of the end
Yeah,
zone.
they're calling
somebody.
Oh, my gosh. He was focused on the ball, and he's so focused on the ball. He hits that hard. Boom.
Head first.
Wow, I hope he's okay.
Wow.
And that could be a neck injury.
And it's very quiet here at Ray Skillman Stadium following that. Wow. McCullough Gardner just had a great run, subbing in. And now face down on the turf. Coach Moore walking toward Gardner. Nice job by Jeffersonville. All their players on the field and on the sideline taking a knee. Meanwhile, a penalty called against the Trojans, a block in the back penalty against Center Grove, a 10-yard penalty. But that's very insignificant at this point. 34 seconds to play. here in the second quarter. Now we see movement by Gardner. He's now rolled over onto his back, being looked at by trainer Dave and many others. Coach Moore over there as well.
Well, he's moving his arms and legs, which is first and foremost. So looks like he's going to get up. Maybe be all right.
Trying to get to his feet. He's on his feet. He's a little wobbly, Ted. It is padded down there, but again, he went full speed, head first.
Yeah, I mean, he was so focused on the ball that he just made an all-out effort to try to catch it, keep his feet in bounds, and obviously his momentum just carried him right into the stands right there. And the thing is, you don't always know what's behind the red Trojan. You know, I mean, you see it's there. You don't know if there's a bar behind there. You don't know if it's open. You don't know what's there. The other thing, he's kicking himself. He's saying, "I finally got in the football game. You know, I got to carry, and now I got to pass opportunity. Now I got to go over to the sidelines." But you can see there wasn't much give when he hit that. Oh, they're just going to take a knee now.
First and 25, and Coach Moore elects to have Joey take a knee and take this to the locker room. Not a bad decision at all.
Yeah, I think a very good one.
Center Grove leads it here at halftime, 36-0 in the sectional championship over the Jeffersonville Red Devils. Coming up next, we'll have our Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. Trojans 36, Jeffersonville 0 here at halftime. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
If you want your business to be remembered, you have to stand out and create an impact with your audience. Spotlight Strategies is a full-service marketing company that provides print, apparel, promotional items, and signs. We produce items like company forms, letterhead, business cards, and brochures, customized apparel products, and cool-looking t-shirts for our favorite high school team.
Your message matters. The way you share it makes a difference. Call Spotlight Strategies today.
There's no difference in the quality of food you buy at other stores and the food you buy at Aldi. Except when you shop at Aldi, you'll have a lot more bucks left over when you leave. At Aldi, you'll keep more bucks every time you shop, and that's the truth. Aldi, simply smarter shopping.
Where's the best place to get answers about your water? Aqua Systems, the home water experts. Since 1959, Aqua Systems has been manufacturing and installing top-quality water softeners, drinking water systems, and whole-house filtration systems for even the toughest water issues. Stop by anytime to get your water tested free and learn more about how we can help you have better water. If you need bottled water or salt delivered to your home or office, we do that too. CG football fans, mention this ad and get a special discount. And most importantly, go Trojans.
Ray Skillman's got your truck, man. Big and little trucks, man. Integrated locations, man. Skillman's got your truck, man. He's got SUVs, crossovers, long bed, short bed, flatbed, dump cab, crew cab, cinder cab, half ton, 3/4 ton, 1 ton, high cube van, cargo van, diesel engine, gas in stock, or custom in the color you want, man. Ray Skillman's got your truck, man. Big and little trucks, man. Integrated locations, man. Skillman's got your truck, man. Ray Skillman's got your truck, man.
Welcome to the Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. Here in the sectional championship game, the Center Grove Trojans shutting out the Jeffersonville Red Devils 36-0 here at intermission. Special guest joining us now at halftime is Randy Levere, and Randy is a part of a great organization, a not-for-profit organization called Mission 22, and many of our fans have already heard me talk about it a little bit here in the first half. And a big thank you to our Center Grove Gridiron Club, Aaron Holt, our president, along with Coach Moore, donating $22 for every touchdown scored tonight by the Center Grove Trojans to Mission 22. And with 5 scores here in the first half, we're already up to $110. And Now we'll talk to Randy Levere from Mission 22 to get a little more understanding about this great organization and everything that they do. And Randy, first of all, thanks for coming out on a pretty cool night and talking with us.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having us. We really appreciate the support.
Randy, tell us a little bit about Mission 22. I did explain in the first half to our viewers tonight that it's very unfortunate that many of our military veterans commit suicide, and the 22 that you have in the Mission 22, on average, 22 veterans commit suicide every day, and a lot of people are probably not aware of that, but just tell us about the great things you're doing with Mission 22.
Yeah, again, thanks for having us. So yeah, Mission 22, we're a veteran nonprofit. We're raising awareness for the veteran suicide epidemic. We lose 22 every day, as you mentioned. That's over 8,000 a year. And the majority of Americans are not aware of that. So our entire purpose of our organization is to raise awareness for that fact.
And you're trying to help the veterans to go from military life and make that transition to civilian life. And that's obviously not easy. There's a lot of struggles with that. And just maybe elaborate a little more about things that you try to do to help the veterans.
Yeah, well, the main thing that we try to do is to get them back involved with the community. We do that through a lot of different ways. Through setting up booths at events, to art projects. We actually built a really nice leaf sculpture in Nashville, Indiana. That's down there right on the main corner. So it's 22 feet tall. It has 22 leaves on it. It's called Soaring, and it was built by members of the community as well as veterans.
And Mission 22, it's kind of a national organization, but you are part of the Indiana chapter, and like you said, I believe you're coming from the Nashville, Brown County area. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yes, we were actually founded in Brown County, Indiana. So we started here, and really over the course of the last year has just grown tremendously.
And for everyone listening to the webcast tonight, please go to Mission, and it's 22.com, mission22.com for more information. There's an opportunity if you want to make a donation to the organization like our Gridiron Club is doing tonight. Feel free to do that online. I know there's some merchandise also that can be purchased online as well. And another nice thing that's happening, we have Mike Satter, who is the owner of Horizon Freight Line based out of Edinburgh, Indiana, right here in Johnson County. He's going to wrap a trailer, one of his 53-foot trailers, and going to put the Mission 22 logo on the side and the website to try and draw more awareness. You think about a semi that travels around the United States, that's going to give a lot of awareness to Mission 22.
It certainly is, and we're really excited to have Mike on board helping us out. He's a great guy, and for him to do that, to take it upon himself to wrap that trailer is really awesome.
Randy, anything else that you want to share with us before I let you go? I do appreciate you coming out tonight and kind of experiencing Center Grove football on a Friday night. It's a fun atmosphere here at Center Grove High School, and I hope you had a chance to get on the field and maybe a little bit of the locker room.
We sure did. Yeah, it's been great. Really a great experience. We got to go down and stand by the helmet as the players were coming out, so super cool. Yeah, just about our organization, you can find out a lot more online, mission22.com, as you said. We have some exciting things coming up. We're working on a national memorial right now, which is going to be located in just outside of San Antonio, Texas. So we're super excited about that. It's then going to move across the country 22 different times, and we think Mike from Horizon may be helping us out in those parts as well.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Randy, appreciate your time. Again, mission22.com. If those listening want to make a donation or just want to get more information about this organization, please do. Randy, thank you again. And like I said, we're up to 5 scores, $110 already.
That's
for your
awesome.
organization.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Right.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Randy Levere, everybody, from Mission 22, kind enough to join us here at halftime. Again, the Trojans lead it 36-0 over the Jeffersonville Red Devils in the sectional championship. We'll take a break and be back with more of our Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Hi, I'm John Bontrager. 20 years ago, my wife Shanda and I opened the Bontrager Agency right here in Greenwood, Indiana. Today, we serve over 2,700 families in the Greenwood and surrounding areas. What makes our agency truly special is the 8 licensed sales and customer service staff that work here. Between all of us, we have over 120 years of combined knowledge and expertise to assist our customers. When it comes to the purchase of a new policy, we do an exhaustive needs analysis for each individual person to make sure they have the right coverage for when that claim time happens. And we promise to review that coverage every year for you to make sure it keeps up with your existing needs as your lives change. I realize that customers have many options when it comes to the insurance purchase. If you're looking for an agency that treats you as a friend, please consider the Bontrager Agency.
When I raised my son, I never knew he was going to be a custom home builder. But what I did know, whatever he did, he would be the best.
Hi, I'm Mark Linder.
And I'm Tiffany McClurg with the Linder McClurg team at RE/MAX Select.
We would like to say thank you for making us Center Grove's go-to real estate team year after year.
We take great pride in supporting and giving back to our community. Throughout the years, we have supported many blood drives, fundraisers, and have been named a top donator for Riley Children's Hospital. We are super excited to be a top sponsor for Center Grove football this year. Remember, when buying, selling, or building, please remember to call the Linder McClurg team. Go Trojans!
Welcome back inside Ray Skillman Stadium. Kevin Conrad now joined by Rick Embry. Here at halftime, Center Grove 36, Jeffersonville 0. Sectional 8 championship game tonight. Winner goes to the regional next Friday night to take on Warren Central or Southport. Last report there, Warren Central was blowing out Southport. So Rick Embry, looking forward, looks like it's going to be a Center Grove Warren Central regional championship at Warren Central next Friday night.
Exactly how we thought it would play out, both here and, Southport's had good seasons the last couple years, but it's a completely different ball game when they line up against Center Grove the last couple years in regional, and now they have Warren Central in their sectional, and Warren Central's dominating right now. They're up 33-3 at halftime. They've held their Southport's very good quarterback, Luke Johnson. They've held him to 87 yards, and he's got a pick, and they've sacked him 2 or 3 times as well. So that's what it's going to be going next week. All you can hope for as a Center Grove fan and the coaching staff is no more injuries here in the second half. They've obviously had a couple ones there. Trevor early in the half, and then pretty scary one with Michaela Gardner there at the half, but it looked like he walked off on his own. But just a thoroughly dominating performance in that first half. Jeffersonville has under 50 yards total offense, while Center Grove is well over 200, and Center Grove hasn't been stopped the entire half, 36-0, and I would expect to see a lot of backups here for the entire second half.
Again, for the state tournament, you're somewhat limited on the number of players that you can actually dress for a game, and when you get in blowout situations, that makes it difficult for a coach. You can go to your backups, your number 2s, but sometimes you don't have those number 3 guys you might want to put in there. But don't take this for granted, Rick. The backups, Coach Moore, he'll coach this second half and coach those guys up, because there's a lot of seniors that are playing this year, and hey, next year it's going to be their turn, these backups' turn to play here on a Friday night. So it's an invaluable experience here in a sectional championship.
Well, and those guys, not only the senior guys, but the JV team finished 10-0 or 9-0 this year as well. So it's not like they were slouches on the JV squad, and in fact, I don't think they had but maybe 1 or 2 games that were really that close as well. So they were undefeated as well. The other thing that sometimes you get into in some situations like this, and I saw Coach Moore talking to Athletic Director Zwitt at the end of the half, is, possibly do you go to a running clock if it gets really ugly here in the second half? And obviously both teams have to agree to that in order for that to happen. But that's a possibility as well in the second half. But, very efficient. This is what you wanted from Center Grove. They've offensively, with the exception of that second half last week, have struggled a little bit in the last 2 or 3 weeks, starting with Lawrence North and then Cathedral. Obviously, Cathedral's a dynamite team, but Lawrence North Cathedral, and in that first half last week struggled a little bit offensively. And what you wanted to do is come out here against an undermanned opponent, but you still wanted to impose your force, and they did that throughout that first half, and they did that both running the ball and passing the ball, and that's good to see because you're obviously going to need both of those aspects of your offense next week when you play at Warren Central.
Across the way, we see the Red Devils back out on the field. Center Grove now emerging from its locker room.
A couple other halftime scores, Kevin, in addition to that Warren Central game, obviously, then looking at other teams that we talked about throughout the season, and Center Grove obviously played as well. Avon Ben Davis is in a good matchup. Avon's up 7-6 with about 5 minutes to go in the first half. They had a pretty scary situation there as well. Ambulance came on the field. One of Avon's players got hurt early in the game, and they took him off on a stretcher, and hopefully he's okay. So that one's a little bit behind this, but and then the other sectional that feeds into the regional winner there is Cathedral Lawrence North. Cathedral's up 21-7 at halftime, so it looks like they're going to roll into playing the winner of Avon and Ben Davis. And then a little bit of a surprise at halftime, Carmel Fisher's game, 7-7 at halftime. So Carmel jumped on them quick, got an early touchdown, but Fisher's came back and scored one to tie it, and then they just sort of went back and forth, and that's at Carmel as well. So a little bit of a surprise there, but the other ones are kind of holding true to form, and people thought the Avon-Ben Davis game would be close, and it has been so far.
Yeah, very, very close. And what was the Cathedral score?
Cathedral's up 21-7 at half. They got a late touchdown. It was 14-7, but they got a late touchdown to go up a couple scores on Lawrence North, and I would imagine Lawrence North will probably struggle to score against Cathedral, and Cathedral will go ahead and win that sectional as well, their first one in 6A.
So both teams warming up, stretching, preparing for the second half of this Sectional 8 championship. Center Grove in front, 36-0, dominating first half performance by the Trojans. And Rick, the execution was much better by the Trojans here in the first half than last Friday night when they went down to Columbus North. But the Center Grove did have their that one drive, a lot of penalties, but all in all, a very impressive opening half.
Yeah, they only had to punt one time, and Titus very good offensively in that first half, not only running the ball but catching the ball in the backfield. Jackson Holt was solid as well, and he's been all season long. Had that long touchdown run at the end, and then the person who came in after the injury to Trevor was Tristan Clark, and he not only did a good job running the ball, but he had several good blocks out of the backfield. And like we talk about in that wing tee, it's very important from the fullback position, from the halfback position, and especially the wingback position for those guys to all block. And Tristan came in and did a very good job in that first half.
So we're ready for the second half. That will conclude our Ray Skillman Automotive Group halftime show. Ray Skillman, where we stack them deep and sell them cheap. Our third quarter tonight being presented by Aldi. Aldi, simply smarter shopping. Also, Center Grove football being presented by Pointer. Pointer Sheet Metal. When you need to be confident that your project will be handled on time, on budget, and with the quality your standards demand, put Pointer's professionals to work. Pointer Sheet Metal is Indiana's most respected full-service sheet metal and custom metal crafter by bringing deep experience, solid expertise, and dependable performance to projects of all sizes. No job is too large or too small for Pointer's professionals. For more information, go online at pointersheetmetal.com. Texas Roadhouse, also a proud supporter of Trojan football. Legendary food.
Love the Texas Roadhouse.
Legendary food, legendary service, and legendary fun at Texas Roadhouse. They take pride in everything they do, from hand-cut steaks and fall-off-the-bone ribs, and they do it all with one goal: to give your family a place to go for great food and good times at a fantastic price. Texas Roadhouse, proud to support Center Grove Trojan football. Ted Kitchell back with me now as we settle in for the third quarter. Center Grove in front, 36-0. And Ted, total yards from the first half. Center Grove, 290 yards of offense to Jeffersonville's 37.
Yeah, it pretty much tells the story. Center Grove's offensive line, controlled things, moving the ball up and down the field. Defense is they've not been able to do anything. I think they've got 2 first downs, Jeffersonville. So the defense has controlled their offensive line, and it'll be interesting to see, what goes on here in the second half. Most importantly, how long is Eric going to play his starters? Is he going to play his starters? Obviously he's going to keep the ball on the ground, try to keep that clock running. Matter of fact, Mr. Embry and I thought that it might be a good idea to go down and talk to the officials about maybe getting a running clock, just letting it run the entire time, but I'm afraid that probably won't happen. So anyway, it's a game that's well in hand. Center Grove came out and kind of flexed their muscles. And but if you're Jeffersonville, the thing I was trying to say in those last 2 possessions when Center Grove had the football is you got to take some pride in what the heck you're doing. You can't just give up. And, a couple of those efforts were not very good. I mean, Titus went 22 yards, went untouched, and then Holt, he comes around the left side and he runs it in for a touchdown. I mean, if you're going to be out there on the field, take some pride in what you're doing and try to do the best job that you possibly can.
Center Grove will kick off to begin the second half. Snyder's been solid tonight, like he's been the whole season on kickoffs. Puts his foot into it and drives this one into the end zone for another touchback. So the Red Devils will set up camp from their own 20 to begin the third quarter. Third quarter being presented by Aldi. Aldi, simply smarter shopping. Appreciate everything Aldi does for the Center Grove football program and their support.
Looks like all the starters are out there, which is not surprising. I would expect them to play at least halfway through the third quarter, and then him start running some people. Eric start running some people in and out.
Part of it, Ted, is just keep up the conditioning. You got to have that game, time performance to keep up with your conditioning.
If you're Jeffersonville, you need to, mix up the run and, don't just go to the pass. Try to get back in a game plan. Oh.
Screen pass, got rid of it as Dan Root was coming from the blind side.
Well, he held it about as long as he possibly could right there, but Root had a beat on him. You see him right here, 45. I don't even know if Cameron saw him coming, but they were able to pick up 5 yards.
5 yards on the completed pass to Jordan Barnett to the 25-yard line.
If you're Jeffersonville, you need to take your eyes off the scoreboard and think about what you're doing. Let's take some baby steps here and make some inroads here. Let's get a couple first downs, and let's try to do some positive things here.
Barnett with some tough yards moves the pile to the 30. Very close. Yeah, he's going to get a first down. Some tough yards, but did a great job. Kept pushing that pile.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for guys that continue to show some pride, play hard each and every play. Forget about the score on the scoreboard. There's a lot of games to still be played in the coming years, and you can learn a lot. You can learn a lot from certain guys who continue to play hard in this situation.
Movement by both sides. They're going to say false start. At least the back official says false start. Now they bring in the side officials, and let's see what they say.
Swan definitely moved first, but I don't know what the situation is. In the NFL, you move and come across. Yeah, they're going to call it on. There's no doubt that Swan moved first. What they say in that situation is the defense moves, and then the offense is, automatically moves because the defense has moved. So,
5-yard penalty against the Trojans. 1st and 5 here for the Red Devils.
That's his second penalty tonight, I think, going offsides.
He had, I believe, 3 last week against Columbus North. Fumble picked up by the Trojans. Bailey Bennett picks it up, and he'll score the touchdown.
I don't know if he picked it up or he just took it away from him.
39 yards on the return by Bailey Bennett. We'll watch it.
It's all the way on the other side. I don't know if he took it away from him or if it hit the ground and popped up or what, but
he may have just ripped it out of his hands.
I thought that's what happened. I thought he just kind of ripped it out of his hands, or maybe he was trying to change hands. You can see it's all the way across. I mean, I don't think it hit the ground.
He races 39 yards untouched.
He took it in full stride, though. I mean, he was in full stride when he caught the ball.
Extra point kick is good. Looked like Pence maybe made the hit. And Bennett somehow comes up with the football. No, it wasn't Pence on the hit because he was down in the end zone. Regardless, it's 43-0, all Center Grove. So the Trojans get a defensive score to begin the third quarter. Bennett, a couple of interceptions, and Ted, does that go down as a fumble recovery, or is that what it is, a fumble?
Yeah, I would think it would go down as a fumble
So he's got
recovery.
2 INTs this season. There he gets a fumble recovery and a return for a touchdown. Bailey Bennett, he's a good one, only a junior.
Some guys seem to just have a nose for the ball. You know, that Peanut Tillman, who used to play for the Chicago Bears, was just one of those guys continuously knocked the football away, recovered fumbles, run interceptions in for touchdowns. Some guys have a nose for the ball, and he seems to.
Rick, I've lost track. How many touchbacks already for Snyder? 4 or 5? He's had
all but one.
All but one. How many kickoffs has he had tonight? We had 6 scores, so 7, so 6. Would that be right?
There's 7.
Would that be number 7?
I think so.
And I believe he needed 9 to get to 100 for the season, so he's got 7. So we believe 2 more will get him to 100 touchbacks this season.
Wow. That's a pretty big number for high school.
Sure is.
A lot of new faces in the game here for Center Grove. So he played them. He played Swan, Tidd, those guys. He played them one possession, and now most all new faces.
Grab your roster, Ted. A lot of backups in there for Center Grove now. Quarterback fires to the flat, completes it for a first down. Run out of bounds by Will Smithy, senior cornerback. Here on the near side, Josh Hall, number 31, your left cornerback. He's a junior. 14 yards on the completed pass to the 34-yard line. Sam Boland still in there at linebacker, along with Arbuckle. Cole Williams on that right side playing right linebacker. And Cole Williams coming up, made the initial hit, but couldn't make the wrap.
That was a good run. I mean,
sure
a
was.
little read option right there, and he looked as if he was running downhill. He did a nice job.
Corbin Lackey, 38, one of the safeties, along with Zach Stanball, another safety.
Flag down.
9 yards on the carry. Face mask against the Trojans, a 15-yard penalty. Parker Ferguson, number 17, we've seen him quite a bit this season on that D-line, along with Zach Wells. Seth Ferrando, junior defensive tackle, number 73. Brett Mappus, senior defensive end, number 48. So a lot of new faces out there now for the Trojans. With the penalty now at the Trojan 42-yard line. 10:25 to play, third quarter. Cam Northern from the gun. In the pocket. Scrambles, puts the shoulder pads down, gets what he can. Chopped down just short of the 35-yard line. Smithy gets credit for the tackle at the 36-yard line. 6 yards for Cam Northern. Northern will go under center. Hand off to the first man through. Cameron Fuller. He plays on both sides of the ball. I've been very impressed with Fuller. Gets 1 yard. In on the stop for the Trojans, Zach Wells, along with Sam Bolin. Ted, last report, Avon 7-6 over Ben Davis in a good one. Avon quarterback going to Michigan. Barnett, Center Grove chases him down at the 30. Gets the first down. 6 yards for Barnett.
Michigan don't need a quarterback, they need a punter. After that display a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a tough one, wasn't it?
Oh.
That was a tough weekend for a lot of punters. Michigan's punter dropped one. IU punter had a tough one.
I'm guessing Coach Harbaugh didn't sleep very well that night.
Of course, the Colts had that, whatever you want to call it, fiasco.
Debacle.
Yeah. On the punt, fake, whatever. Going to the end zone, touchdown. The Red Devils flagged down as probably interference against the Trojans. Brandon Coleman makes the catch, a 30-yard touchdown pass.
Take a look at it. You see, he lofts it downfield. I don't know how they're going to call interference. I mean, doesn't matter.
Coleman makes the catch. 30-yard touchdown pass. Jeffersonville on the scoreboard with 8:28 to play in the third quarter. So the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Rick made a good point. It wasn't very good pass interference. Because if you're going to interfere with him, don't let him catch it for a touchdown.
Coaching opportunity, Ted.
Yes, sir.
Jordan Kahn to attempt the PAT.
Blocked. That's the kind of stuff Eric Moore likes to see. He likes to see that even if you're second string, guys in there playing hard, working to save every point they can. Those will be the guys that one of these days will be out there in your starting position. So it's important for him to get that mindset.
From the replay, it appeared Josh Hall, number 31, from the edge, got a piece of it and blocked it. 43-6, all Center Grove, 8:28 to play in the third. Ted, we did not get our wish, and that was a running clock. That's something
it's
that
running very slow.
That's something both sides have to agree to, and maybe that's just something you don't do when it comes to the state tournament.
Yeah, probably right.
Another update from the north side. Carmel leads Fishers 14-7, and Warren Central blowing out Southport 40-3. So the Trojans at Warren Central next Friday night for the regional championship. And the winner there will come, well, at least if Center Grove's able to pull that one off, Center Grove would come back home to play either Cathedral, Avon, or Ben Davis. What do you think, Ted, from the 45? He'll kick from the Center Grove 45. Does he put it to the end zone?
I'm guessing he can get her in the end zone from there.
I think so, too. Jordan Kahn will kick it off here for the Red Devils. Heck, it might be worth to do an onside kick.
Yep.
Onside kick. Puts it at the 35-yard line, 30-yard line.
Yeah, they're only 6 TDs behind. They're right there.
And he'll try the onside, and
Uh-oh.
it's loose.
Center Grove got it.
Center Grove
Second guy got
recovers it at the 30-yard line on that far sideline. Number 42 recovers it. That is Ethan Huntzinger, a 6', 210-pound junior running back.
All new bodies on the offensive line and in the backfield also.
Ted, good news. McCullough Gardner back in the lineup for the Trojans. He's the one that was injured
He's
in the second
shaken up,
quarter.
yeah.
So McCullough, I saw number 13 out there, so that's great news. New quarterback, Jack Kellums, number 9. Nice-looking junior. Should be your starting quarterback next year for the Trojans.
You can see the penetration right away that Jeffersonville's able to get that you don't see when the starting offensive line is in there. They just don't get that type of push.
Huntzinger loses 1 yard, 2nd and 11. 8 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Kellums hands off to Huntzinger. Battling for every yard he can get. Finally, forward progress stopped. They blow the whistle. 3 yards for Ethan. On our Hilliard Lions instant replay, you could see Ethan really battling for those yards.
Yeah, you can see Jeffersonville. I mean, they're no dummy. They realize the guys that are in the football game, they know that they're looking to run the clock out, so they're going to put the ball and keep it on the ground as much as possible. So there's a lot of guys in that box. Going to make it really hard to run the football.
3rd and 7.
Fumble.
Fumble on the snap. They're pointing Center Grove football, and Center Grove will bring out the punting unit. 4th and 7. Just an exchange between the center and quarterback, and we'll see Conrad for the second time tonight to punt for the Trojans. His first punt tonight went for 41 yards. .6:44 to play in the 3rd quarter. 43-6 Trojans. Good snap by Limbach. Conrad gets interfered with.
He's saying
he got a piece of it. Conrad was knocked down. They're going to say he got a piece of the football, which allows you then to run into the punter, according to the official.
That was a heck of a kick. I mean,
Conrad stayed in there.
I mean,
oh, that could be.
That was a heck of a kick.
That
to get hit and still kick it 40 yards.
3 yards.
That was a heck of a kick.
43
great
yards.
concentration.
Just what you don't want in that situation is an injury on the follow-through, and Conrad ran off, appeared to be okay.
You would think that ref could not miss that as close as he was to it, but I don't know how the guy deflects it when he's coming from this side and it goes off his foot on the other side.
Ted, I think a lot has to do with it. It's 43-6.
Yeah, but that should never have anything to do with it.
Because you're putting the
in danger. That's the reason.
In harm's way.
Exactly.
So the Red Devils with the football from their own 24-yard line, and the Center Grove defense pursuing hard to the football like they always do. And that's something my parents, they come to the football games, Ted. They always enjoy seeing the reserves come in because they say it never drops off. The intensity level just never drops off.
Well, I mean, these kids are probably the kids that, they have a lot of playing time against the number one offense in working each, throughout the week. Here's a chance on Friday night, when they talk about Friday Night Lights. This is Friday Night Lights. I mean, you're under the lights. I mean, you're playing. It counts. It matters. All the practices, all the running, everything that you've done, it finally you're out there when it really counts.
2nd and 10, trying to get outside, and the Trojans take him down. Brandon Coleman tried to find something here to the near side, and all he found was number 48.
Well, he does it. 48. Look at 48, how
Mappus.
He turns it play in. Mappus does a nice job. He doesn't make the tackle, but he gets out there. He turns the play in. Your linebackers come in, clean things up. Well played.
Number 38, Corbin Lackey, in on the stop, along with Sam Bolin. Loss of 1 yard, 3rd and 11 for the Red Devils. 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd. Northern throws a beautiful football. Led his man too much. He's got a great arm, Ted. He is a talent.
I think Ferguson got some pressure on him right there. He does a nice job. Watch it here. Watch him put his hands up in the air. I don't know exactly which guy that was, but I don't know if it was 17 Ferguson or who it was.
I think it was 44 Zach Wells.
Okay, Wells. He does a nice job of getting his hands up, and he makes the quarterback misfire there.
4th and 11. Red Devils will punt this one away. Freshman punter from his own 12-yard line. Good snap. Not a bad punt. Smithy will call for a fair catch at his own 40-yard line. 35 yards on the punt. 4:54 to play in the third. Center Grove 43, Jeffersonville 6. Quarter number 3 being presented by Aldi. Duke Holmes also a proud supporter of Trojan football. Duke Holmes built its first home back in 1986 and has never looked back. Now, after nearly 30 years of honest hard work, Duke Holmes is one of the foremost luxury custom home builders in central Indiana. See all the great building options Duke Holmes has to offer at dukehomes.com. Kellums, junior quarterback, whistles, flags down. False start by the Trojans. Ted, very impressive. Coach Moore, this will be his 10th sectional title at Center Grove, his 5th in a row, and 7 out of the last 8 years sectional champs.
Well, you just look around. I mean, look at the field, look at the locker rooms, look at everything that's here, the crowds that's here. He has done quite a job of building a program. I mean, he came in here and it just wasn't like this when he came here, and he's really he's turned it around. He's made it important to play football. The kids want to be a part of the program. And that's what you got to do. I mean, you got to make it fun. You got to make it interesting. You got to play for championships. I mean, kids want to be on championship teams. They want to be recognized. And obviously, on this side of town, Center Grove is recognized as about as good as it gets on the football.
Gardner picks up 5 yards on that last running play, and now that's going to be helmet-to-helmet. Flag against Jeffersonville. Nice call as he laid out number 80 for the Trojans, Corbin Smith, and hopefully Corbin is okay because he made helmet-to-helmet contact, and that's just a no-no in football.
Well, Corbin should have caught that football. I mean, it was a well-thrown football. He waited and waited. I thought that guy was going to get to the quarterback, but he didn't.
Tyrone Henry with the helmet-to-helmet contact penalty. Corbin Smith comes to the sideline. We hope he's okay.
The thing I've always wondered about that penalty is, you know, the running backs, they let the running just beat the heck out of the running backs. You can hit them in the helmet. You can hit. If I'm a running back, I go home and say, what the heck's going on here? I mean, your wide receivers get taken care of, and
quarterbacks.
Yeah, all the quarterbacks really get taken care of, especially if you're Brady or Manning.
Ethan Huntzinger spun to the turf at the 35-yard line, a yard shy of the first down.
I mean,
it's 8 yards.
At that level, I understand. I mean, you're trying to take care. It's an entertainment thing, you know, when you want your best players on the field. But I don't know. They know more about it than I do.
Kellums to Huntzinger. Boom. He is rocked.
He got a first down, I think.
He's right at the marker. He was hit hard. It looked like that was number 62 with the hit. Leo, I don't know. Alvarado, I believe is how you say it, with the hit. Forward progress gets Ethan the first down for the Trojans. Got a couple. Also, we saw Darian Newbolt, 33, and on the stop as well for the Red Devils. Gardner to the 30. Daddy's not very big, but he's tough. And a flag after the play. Another flag. This game getting chippy. This one following the play. Dead ball foul.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Offense. 15 yards.
15-yard penalty against the Trojans.
I missed it. I didn't see it, so I don't know.
Things that make Coach Moore very unhappy. Those are things you can control. Football now placed at the 45-yard line. Brings up second down and long for the Trojans. Ted, the last time Jeffersonville made a trip here to Center Grove, you go all the way back to 1985, but 1987.
And I think Jeffersonville was undefeated at that time. They came in here undefeated, and I think Center Grove beat them.
Center Grove beat them in the regional, and the Red Devils were ranked number 4, number 5 in the state. And the Trojans were just very, very hot that time of the year, playing some great football, and they knocked them off. And that was Center Grove's first sectional, and that particular night, first regional championship, and then went on to play, I do believe, a very good Dick Dolhan, Ben Davis team in the Semi-State and lost the following week. But, yeah, they knocked off an undefeated, highly ranked Jeffersonville team back in 1987. Huntzinger gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Gains 3. 4th and 10. What's the call? Coach is going to go for it here with the football at the 35-yard line. If my memory serves me correctly, the Trojans back in '87 blocked a field goal late in the game, picked it up, returned it for a touchdown, and I believe that may have been the winning score. Kellums going to run the football. He needs 10 yards for the first down. He's got it. First down, Jack Kellums.
Crowd appreciates that. What a great effort by Jack Kellums right there. He could have thrown that ball away. It doesn't matter. The score's out of hand. He's a football player. He wanted to pick up a first down. You bet.
17 yards for the junior, Jack Kellums. At the 18-yard line, 1:40 to play here in the third. This is pretty much the Center Grove junior varsity squad, mixed in with a few seniors. Huntzinger straight ahead running, north-south running.
Well, the offensive line's moving them off the ball now. I mean, early on they were getting some penetration, but this offensive line doing the same thing the first group was able to do for 3 quarters.
See Tyler Olston on that O-line, 54. Josh Clifford, senior O-lineman. Trying to pick up some of those O-line numbers. To the 10-yard line. Huntzinger. Dylan Bramlett on that O-line, a junior.
Third and a yard and a half, maybe 2.
Chris Barnett, 56 out there as well. Third and a couple.
Oh, fumble.
Jonah Hayes didn't get it cleanly. Fumble. Center Grove, I do believe, recovered it.
I wouldn't be surprised if he'd kick a field goal, but maybe he won't. Be a good opportunity to practice your field goal kicking.
Lucas Doyle, number 84. Freshman, 6'5", 240, recovers it. He's a tight end. And that is the end of the third quarter here at Ray Skillman Stadium. It's all Center Grove in the sectional championship, leading the Jeffersonville Red Devils 43-6. This is Center Grove Trojan football.
Where's the best place to get answers about your water? Aqua Systems, the home water experts. Since 1959, Aqua Systems has been manufacturing and installing top-quality water softeners, drinking water systems, and whole-house filtration systems for even the toughest water issues. Stop by anytime to get your water tested free and learn more about how we can help you have better water. If you need bottled water or salt delivered to your home or office, we do that too. CG football fans, mention this ad and get a special discount. And most importantly, go Trojans.
Welcome back to Ray Skillman Stadium. All Center Grove leading the Red Devils 43-6 in the sectional championship game. Our fourth quarter being presented by Aqua Systems, the home water experts. They've got quite a bit of Aqua Systems bottled water right here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
3
right
of them.
there in front of you.
We love Aqua Systems. They do a great job supporting Center Grove Trojan football. Ted, to start this fourth quarter, it's going to be 4th and 5 here for the Trojans at the 13-yard line, going for it. We thought they might try a field goal just to kind of work on it, but they're going to pass the football. Kellums to the end zone, picked off. He was looking for Gardner, and it's picked off in the end zone. Will they put him? Yeah, it's going to be a touchback.
Touchback.
Yeah, they'll be at the 20-yard line. Kellums again looking for number 13, Gardner, and stepping right in front of the football, picking it off as Cameron Fuller. And Ted, I've been impressed with Fuller all night long, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, he's been in the mix the entire night. We've mentioned his name a number of times.
The Greenwood Aqua Systems on State Road 135, again proud to support Center Grove Trojan football. For the latest information on water softeners and more, go to ilovemywater.com or call 317-889-6829. The Greenwood Aqua Systems, the home water experts.
Going to throw it.
Airs it out. Knocked down. Nearly picked off. Knocked down by the Trojans.
35.
Zach Stanball, senior, nearly had himself a pick.
Well, he did a nice job. He didn't go for the fake. I mean, he played the center field position like he was supposed to, and he waited until they threw the football and made a break on it. He could have easily intercepted that.
More sectional championship score updates. Cathedral leading Lawrence North 28-7. Carmel leads Fishers 21-7, and Warren Central beating Southport 40-10. And a few weeks ago, Ted, the night the Trojans beat Cathedral, Warren went down and beat St. X in Cincinnati, and that's, as far as I'm concerned, a statement game. Sack and the fumble picked up by Jeffersonville. One of their offensive linemen picks it up as the quarterback fumbled the football, but the Trojans do a great job to corral the offensive lineman.
Yeah, last Saturday night we actually had friends of ours. We lived in Cincinnati for about 10 years, so we were very familiar with St. X. We used to know the football coach there and Moeller and some of those. And we had friends in that met us in Muncie to watch Kinsey play volleyball, and I asked the guy, I said, how good is Moeller and how good is St. X? Because I knew that Cathedral had been down there and played them, and then I knew Warren had been over there to play them. And he said that I think St. X was rated 1 or 2 in the state, and Moeller was rated 2 or 3. So both of them were outstanding teams. So Warren starting to play some really good football here at the end of the season.
3rd and 13, pass incomplete. He's got a great arm.
I mean, as this team prepares this week, I mean, obviously Eric knows better than I how to prepare them, but the mental part of it will be the really difficult part, because it's not easy to go and beat somebody twice anyway, and especially to go on their home field and beat them twice, you know. We know how difficult it is if we look back how many times we've beaten Warren Central. So you really have to mentally have a really positive feeling and a good feeling about what's going on. You have to prepare right and mentally prepare right, not just physically, but mentally go in there with a really good attitude that, hey, if we play our football and do the things that we need to do, we can bring home a victory. But if you don't, you can quickly get beat because they're a talented team.
Punt by the Red Devils. Smithy runs away from it, lets it bounce inside the 40 to the 39, a 44-yard punt for the Red Devils. Center Grove will have it with 10:41 to play in the fourth. In front, 43-6. Yeah, the Trojans have not defeated Warren Central in the state tournament. Center Grove has only beaten Warren Central twice at Warren Central, and that's over the last 3 years that the Trojans have been able to do that.
Yeah, this will not be an easy task. I mean, like I said, it's hard enough to beat a really good, but then you think you've already beaten them once. It gives them a little chip on their shoulder that they have something to play for. Good run up the middle, good blocking.
Hunt Zinger, 4 yards.
But they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder thinking, okay, we lost early in the year. Let's show them who we are now. You know that Jason West teams get better and better as the year go on. He's won state championships. I mean, those things don't just fall on your doorstep. There's a reason that certain guys win state championships. So he's a very good coach, and he'll have his team hyped up and ready to go. So it's going to be you have to really mentally be ready and be right to go in there and do what you need to do.
2nd down and 6. Good job by the Trojan running back to cut it out.
I think of when we were playing in the NCAA tournament and when I was at IU the one year, we got to the regional and we were playing a team called UAB, who at that point in time was a nobody. And the first 2 days of practice, we got about 15 minutes of practice, and Knight threw us out of practice both days because he was mentally trying to get us ready because we were playing some nobody. And he wanted to make sure that we understood, that these guys could really play. There was a reason that they were there. Obviously, Center Grove knows that Warren Central can play the game, and obviously they will go in there and know that they're going to have to play their best football. But you just really have to believe, and everybody on the team, every guy on that team has to believe that you're going to go in there and win that football game.
Timeout called by the Red Devils. Also with Warren Central, Ted, former Pike head coach Derek Moyers, now at Warren Central in his first year as offensive coordinator. Of course, limited time during the summer to work with the offense, so now he's had a complete season, if you will, of working with the quarterbacks, the receivers, the running backs, that whole offense. So you got to think that we're going to see a different type of offensive team from Warren Central from week 1 to now to the regional championship.
My feeling with Warren is sometimes you catch them and sometimes their kids aren't that focused. And once in a while you'll slip in there, but it comes tournament time, all of a sudden the bright lights are on and they're playing for championships. I mean, very seldom do you catch them unfocused. I mean, they're focused. They want to play their best, and most of the time they do. And nobody in the state has more talent than that group of people over there.
Gardner hit in the backfield, trying to find some positive yards. Great penetration by the Red Devil D-line. Loss of 5 yards.
Great penetration by Jeffersonville's just kind of pinning their ears back. They know that Center Grove's not going to throw the football. They know they're looking to run the football, run the clock out, try not to get anybody hurt. So they're really blitzing in there on running plays and making it very difficult for Center Grove to run the football.
Brings up 2nd down and 15 at the Trojan 46-yard line. 9:15 and counting to play in tonight's sectional championship. Hunt Zinger. Nice stiff arm. Nice job by the junior. Gets it inside the 45, makes this next down a little bit more manageable here for the offense. 10 yards for Hunt Zinger. Nice stiff arm right there.
Yeah, that was an outstanding run. I mean, he had good balance. He was looking and really reading where his blockers were and seeing the defense in front of him.
Third and 5. Clock continues to run. Receiver relocates here to the near side. Hunt Zinger, another nice stiff arm. First down. Out of bounds. First down, Trojans.
That was pretty impressive. I mean, 2 really good runs there by Hunt Zinger.
9 yards for Ethan. Nice stiff arm. He's had a couple of nice stiff arms.
Yeah, he makes it look easy. I mean, he runs easy, but he always has his head up. He's looking for where there are holes out there to find. Did a nice job.
9 yards for Hunt Zinger. New set of downs for the Trojans at the 34-yard line. Gardner, some pretty good blocking. Gets through there, and he's chopped down at the 30-yard line. He's a little one. He can kind of slip and slither through those holes. and does a good job here. We'll see the blocking there on the edge.
You can see he does a nice job, goes inside that block, reads the block well, able to pick up 6 or 7 yards. Clock keeps running.
Harrison Holt, along with Dylan Bramlett, with some nice blocks up front for Gardner. On 2nd down and 6, Jonah Hayes hit at the 29 and dropped after a yard pickup. Reese Restoration, a Center Grove-based company, specializes in insurance-related claims. For all your roofing, siding, gutters, and window issues, call Reese Restoration for a free estimate today. 317-777-4669. Reese Restoration, a proud supporter of Center Grove Trojan football. Ted Avon 14, Ben Davis 6. So the Orioles have added another touchdown.
That doesn't surprise me a lot. I was not that impressed with Ben Davis this year. I mean, last year they could really put points on the board, and they could put them on the board. Mishandled snap there.
That is
or handoff.
Freshman Cameron Petty with the handoff. I think he did juggle it momentarily. Held on to it. Petty, freshman.
But I didn't see near the focus in Ben Davis that I saw in last year's team. Maybe they had some really good senior leadership. Their quarterback was very good last year. I mean, he had a really quick release, kind of a funny throwing motion, but he could get it where it needed to be. So I'm not that surprised.
4th and 4, Jonah Hayes, first down, inside the 20. Nice run by the sophomore, Jonah Hayes.
Take a look at it right here. Not pulling 64 poles, takes his man out. Jonah does a nice job of following his blocking, able to get upfield, pick up a first down, move those chains.
Also a good block by 69, Bramlett. 10 yards for Jonah Hayes. Extends the drive for the Trojans. 6:15 to play in the 4th. Gardner trips up when he went to make a cut. Gets a yard. Right to Ethan Huntzinger. And a flag comes at the tail end of the play. It's going to be against Center Grove. I think you call that what? Excessive blocking? By Harrison Holt, number 64. I think that was Harrison.
Yeah, they get called for that once in a while where they stay engaged about 2 seconds too long.
Sometimes you get locked up and your momentum carries you, and it's hard to stop sometimes. Good run by Huntzinger. A 15-yard dead ball foul against the Trojans. So the Trojans, with the result of the play, they get a first down. And now they'll spot the football back at the 22 with 5.5 minutes to play here in the contest. Tyler Boyer splits out here to the right side, number 83. Huntzinger right up the guts to the 10-5. Touchdown! Ethan Huntzinger.
Well, he did a majority of the work coming down the field. I mean, he obviously had 2 big runs to pick up a first down when they were in down and distance problems there after that one penalty. Nice to see him able to finish it off.
This is interesting. We see Nathaniel Snyder that's going to hold, and Conrad's going to kick. So they do a little role reversal. I like it. Snyder will hold for Conrad. Good snap, the hold, the kick by Conrad well to the left. Did he get it through? Yes, he did. He got it through. Nice job by Snyder to get it down, and Conrad gets the point. Makes it now a 50-6 ball game with 5:18 to play in the fourth. So is Conrad going to get a chance to kick off?
Looks like it.
Let's see. I think they're going to leave Snyder in there for the sake of time.
Yeah, I think so too. So now what kick will this be? Will this be 99?
I don't believe so. I think this is going to be number 8. Our spotter, Rick Embry's lost track. I believe this is number 8. I think he's done 7.
And you said he needed 9.
Right. So I think if he does this
I was
one,
saying,
this one be number 8.
Is this number 99?
Yes.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I think you're right. I thought you meant number 9 as his 9th touchback for 100. I think this will be his.
So this matches his jersey number.
There you go.
For touchbacks on the year.
Hunzinger, Ted, for the Trojans here in relief. 13 carries, 87 yards.
I like the way he keeps his head up and, he just doesn't barrel in there. I mean, he goes in there with a plan as far as reading the defense and seeing where people are and following his blocking. Did a very nice job.
So we do believe Snyder going for touchback number 8 tonight. This one's going to be close. Not quite. To the 2-yard line. Nice return for Coleman across the 30 to the 32-yard line. 30-yard return for Coleman.
Well, it's all good on this side of the field. I mean, we've got a big lead. We're going to win the football game, and we got a 5-minute drive home. On the other side of the field, things aren't so good. You just got a pretty good whooping put on you, and now you got 2.5 hours home. That's on 65 that's got all kinds of construction and everything else going on. Thank you, Lord.
Center Grove played down at Jeffersonville. What was that, a couple of years ago, Ted?
Yep.
What we remember the most. The field obviously not in very good shape that night, but the hospitality room was spectacular.
Food was good.
Very good food. They fed us well. What do we have, a fumble? Fumble recovered by the Trojans. Recovering
the food
ball.
here was good tonight, too.
Very good.
Very good. Thanks to your mother, right? We can
Yes.
thank your mother.
She went down to the Spirit Pavilion and brought us up some wonderful food. So
Good
appreciate
deal.
Mom taking care of us. Brad Boswell, number 94, with the fumble recovery. Boswell, a sophomore. At the 29-yard line, Huntzinger scores again, 29 yards. He's tough to bring down. He's strong.
Yeah, take a look at it. I mean, good blocking. There's just nobody there. I mean, just kind of a belly play. He's able to get it out between the tackles and untouched.
Conrad's going to kick this one. Huntzinger now, Ted, 14 carries, 116 yards here in the second half.
Everybody in Indiana gets a little nervous when they see that setup before they move over here after what happened at the Colts game a couple weeks ago.
Conrad again kicking it a little bit to the left.
There it went.
I could just tell the last one was a little bit to the left, and this one was a lot to the left. Makes it 56-6. Center Grove in front, 4:56 to play in the fourth.
(11-0). Wow.
Impressive.
Very impressive. Beat the best teams in the state. Still 11-0. And you got a lot of work in front of you yet over the next couple weeks.
Longest winning streak for a Coach Moore team here at Center Grove, 12 straight. back in 2008. Center Grove now 11-0 this year. MIC champs, sectional champs. Coach Moore celebrated his 200th career win during the season. They've accomplished a lot, but still chasing that blue ring. They want that state championship. Snyder. Line drives this one, and it will be to the end zone. We do believe that's number 8 touchback of the night. Number 99 on the season. Another update, Ted. Ben Davis and Avon tied at 14 apiece. Ben Davis was down, 14-6, so a touchdown and one would think 2-point conversion to get that game tied at 14 apiece. Warren Central blowing out Southport 54-10, and Carmel leads Fishers 28-7. Dylan Jolly Little swallowed up by the Center Grove defense. Lost 1 yard. Big day tomorrow. Center Grove soccer team going for a state championship. First appearance in the state finals. How about the girls volleyball team during the morning session? Sima State playing Avon. If they can get through that one, then you're talking about probably playing Cathedral in the night game.
Yeah, I think they're about 32-5 or something for the year, and they play. Cathedral's been number 1 throughout, I think, all year.
Center Grove played them earlier in the season.
Played them tough in 5.
Yeah, Center Grove had a chance to close them out in the 4th and could not, and lost in the 5th. So we want to wish the lady volleyball squad all the best tomorrow. Did he catch that? Yes, they're going to say he caught it.
Wow.
He lays out and makes a beautiful catch. That is Isaiah Blanton with a nice catch.
Yeah, the Center Grove's got an outstanding volleyball team. I mean, you got 2 really good players. The one girl going to Ohio State, the other girl going to Auburn, the Hamill girl going to Auburn. So they've built a nice little deal with the volleyball tradition, and they've been to the state a number of times, won the state once. So, and then the soccer team obviously finally got by Carmel, and they'll play Lafayette Harrison, and they have a good opportunity there in front of them. Flag down.
Close to a first down for the Red Devils. We'll see what this flag's all about here on the near side. .329 to play in this one. Here's the call from the official.
Illegal formation.
The Red Devils. Clock rolling now, down to 3:20 and counting. Quite a bit of media coverage tonight. We see Channel 8 helicopter leaving. We had Channel 13 here earlier, and also we saw Channel 6 in the first half. Great job by the men in red, swarming defense. In on the stop. Blake Newland, number 58, and number 57, John Duncan, a couple of seniors. .230 and counting. Faking left, running right, Barnett to the 50.
Nick Coy on the tackle.
Nick Coy gets credit for the tackle. Boswell runs in for Merrick Mays, number 90, running out. Nick Coy, junior linebacker.
Jeffersonville in no hurry either. They're ready to run the clock out, get on the bus, and get the heck out of here.
One predicted score that I saw, Ted, 59-3, Center Grove would win. It's 56-6.
Yeah,
Makes you wonder.
That same, I don't know who did that. Was that from you, Rick? Somebody sent that one to me too, but it's close.
Corbin Lackey with a nice hit on the completed pass. Brings up 4th and long for the Red Devils. So for Jeffersonville, they'll conclude the season at 6-5. Center Grove 11-0. We'll move on to the regional championship next Friday at Warren Central. 7 o'clock kickoff.
Sounds like it's going to be a nice week, a nice evening, maybe next Friday night. It'd be great to see as many Center Grove people over on the east side of town because they're going to need your support. You can see that Warren Central is playing some of their best football right now, and it sure would be nice to have a full crowd of red over there rooting on the Center Grove Trojans.
Incomplete pass, but a interference call going to be put on the Trojans.
Few boo birds out after that call. I agree with them. I'm booing too. I didn't see either of the interferences they called.
42 seconds remaining. I believe, Ted, everyone on this side of the field that dressed healthy played. And that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. These kids have worked hard. It's nice to see these kids that don't get an opportunity to get a play, not only get a play, but get a play in an important game, in a state tournament game. Makes them happy, makes mom and dad happy. Everybody's happy.
Throwing to the end zone. Incomplete pass. Throws a good ball. Isaiah Blanton was the receiver in the end zone. Couldn't quite catch up to the pass. 37 seconds remaining. 2nd down and 10 here for the Red Devils. So, Ted, who has a better chance to beat Cathedral? Ben Davis or Avon? That'll be a heck of a game.
I don't think either one of those is going to beat Cathedral. I was very impressed with Cathedral. I mean, we were fortunate to get that 50-yard run. Other than that, they held us in check pretty much all night. And our defense did a great job because they're a multi-versatile team. They can do a lot of things. They can run the football, they can throw it, and they're definitely a group of people that believe in themselves. So I doubt that either one. I would think Cathedral beat either team.
Final score here, 56-6. Sectional champs, Center Grove, for the 11th time in school history, and number 10 for Coach Eric Moore. 10 sectional titles, Ted. That's impressive.
It is very impressive. I mean, his guys came out, played very, very well. I thought that they were pretty much overmatched. They were a much better team than Jeffersonville, and it obviously showed. They were out early, played well, very well prepared. Now, as I said, they've got a week in front of them to get ready, and they need to mentally and physically get ready to play the best football game that they can possibly play because they're facing one or two teams that stands between them and a state tournament title.
Ted, have a great week. We'll see you next Friday for the regional championship at Warren Central.
Thanks, guys.
Center Grove celebrating its 5th straight sectional championship, beating the Jeffersonville Red Devils 56-6. We'll keep it right here so we can see the presentation of the trophy to the Center Grove Trojans. So, Matt, if we can get a great shot of the Center Grove head coach Eric Moore and the Trojans, and we'll see them receive the sectional championship trophy. Hard fought.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's first have a round of applause for your Jeffersonville Red Devils on a game well played. Now with the sectional championship trophy, Principal Doug Bird will present the trophy to your sectional champion, Center Grove Trojans.
Center Grove High School Principal Doug Bird presenting the sectional championship trophy to the Trojans. Great shot right there, holding up the sectional championship trophy. And Rick Embry now joins me. And Rick, never, ever take any championship for granted. A lot of hard work goes into any championship, whether it's a sectional, regional, MIC title. You enjoy them all. And a great shot of Javon Swan, the great senior captain, holding the trophy and handing it to Coach Eric Moore, now his 10th title here at Center Grove High School.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Kevin. It's not something that, before Coach Moore got here, Center Grove as a school had only had one sectional title, and now he's got 10 of them. So, like Ted said, we get a little bit spoiled on the south side, but I'm sure he's holding that trophy up, celebrating tonight. In pregame, he talked about it being T-shirt games where you get T-shirts that say sectional champs and hopefully further ones. But Coach Moore rightfully said, I like the hardware more. I like the getting that trophy that says MIC champion or getting that trophy that says sectional champion and hopefully more. But celebrating tonight, they took care of business tonight. It was a dominating performance on both sides of the ball, and they did exactly what they needed to.
So the Trojans celebrating the sectional championship tonight, but Rick, come Sunday, I know Coach Moore and his staff will put together a game plan for next Friday night's regional championship at Warren Central. Again, it's a difficult place to play. We all know that. Center Grove has not beaten Warren Central in the state tournament, but you know what? You just got to mentally prepare yourself and get over the hump and make it happen next Friday night.
Yeah, and it'll be important to get off to a good start. I mean, that's what they did not do there the first game of the year. They dug themselves a pretty big hole and then had a great second half. Second half against Warren Central early in the year, I think they only gave up one offensive score, and that was a field goal, and then they gave up a 70 or 80-yard kickoff return to Avant, who's a pretty special kid. Between Avant and Coe, the Warren Central's changed their offense around a little bit, and Coe's been fantastic out of the backfield, a short little dynamo running behind those big offensive linemen. So once again, like normally, it'll come down to who controls the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, and it should be a great matchup next week with Warren Central.
And last report, Ben Davis and Avon were
14-14
tied, so that one going right down to the wire, obviously. So whoever wins there will play Cathedral, and that's when you're starting talking about the semi-state. You're talking about a Cathedral, a Ben Davis, or an Avon. And, of course, Center Grove wants to try and get through next week with Warren Central and get a chance to come back here in a couple of weeks to host the semi-state, to host that Final Four. But the Trojans now in the Elite Eight going to Warren Central. But, Rick, it'd be special if they could come back here for a Final Four.
Yeah, and, I mean, if Ben Davis ends up pulling that one out there, you're looking at the next three games more than likely having to beat three teams that you've already beaten. And you know how difficult it is to beat a team twice in 1 year. And, you know, you start next week with Warren Central, and hopefully if you get that win, then you're looking to next week Ben Davis, the Cathedral, and then probably Carmel in the state final. But I'm sure Coach Moore is entirely focused on next week. You've got to take care of business. You got to beat a very good Warren Central team that you could arguably say, outside of Center Grove, is playing the best football in the state of Indiana, with beating a very good St. X team, and they haven't lost since the second or third week of the season. I think they lost the third week of the season to Moeller, and after that they ran the table. So a very, very good Warren Central team will be your task next week.
Rick, have a great week. Go warm up. Or actually, we're warm in here. I guess we'll go outside and get cold for a little while.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a 9 a.m. football game tomorrow morning, fifth grade football game at Mooresville, 44 degrees and rain. So should be awesome out there tomorrow morning, Kevin.
Run that wing tee to perfection, right?
Bingo, you got it.
All right, Rick, thanks for your help.
Thanks, Kevin.
The Trojans tonight with 8 touchdowns, so For each touchdown tonight, the Center Grove Gridiron Club donating $22 for each touchdown to the Mission 22 not-for-profit organization. So that's a $176 donation tonight from the Center Grove Gridiron Club to Mission 22. We want to thank Aaron Holt, the Gridiron Club president, for stepping up and allowing that to happen. It's a great cause. Mission22.com. Check it out for more information. Tonight's game was produced by Center Grove Gridiron Productions, New 5 Creative, and CenterGroveSportsNetwork.com. The executive director is Aaron Holt, executive producer Matt Murray, camera operators Kyle Johnson, Carl Mason, Austin Tyke, and statisticians Bo Barrett and Jamie Smith. Special thanks to Center Grove Athletic Director John Zwitt and head football coach Eric Moore for their help with tonight's broadcast. Once again, sectional champs 2015 for Coach Moore and the Trojans, winning 56-6 over Jeffersonville. Center Grove next week will go to Warren Central for the regional championship. Until next Friday night, this is Kevin Conrad for Ted Kitchell and Rick Embry saying good night, everyone, from Ray Skillman Stadium at Center Grove High School.